Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Shane, this is Shane's Games, and tonight we are playing Contradiction, Spot the Liar. This isn't going to be our first time playing it, so if you want to see how we got to where we are tonight, look in my info below. You'll see a link to my YouTube channel where I archive all my streams. Not just this one, but every game I've ever played. So, if you ever want to see, if you're ever in the mood to see a game played start to finish, it might be a little weird, obscure, unusual, or just nostalgic, feel free to click the link, head over there, see what I've got on offer, and throw me a subscribe if you are so inclined. But for tonight, let us get into the game. I think it was save number 1, so load game 1. And let's see where that puts us. Yes! Right at 9 p.m. Alright. So as you remember last time, we just got the bombshell where Emma explained that she had said some nasty stuff to Liam on the night of his suicide, and she believes she's responsible for that suicide. Now, I don't believe that for a second. I think that's just too pat and there's something more going on there. But still, as a detective, we've got to explore every avenue and see where it leads. So we will start the day by doing that, because I think that is... yeah, that's basically our only new clue right now, so we're going to ask around town about that. Shane, you script your openings, don't you? Not specifically. I don't have it written down on paper or anything, but I've said it so many times, I just sort of remember it and try and say my memory of the intro, rather than just do it off the cuff. So you're mostly right there, Elena. It's something I think about outside of the stream. It's not... I do try and plan it, if that's what you mean. Alright, so we've got a lot of stuff to talk to frickin' Ryan as well. But as usual, let's just start at the west end of town and start working our way down. And explore everything as we go. See what we can find, see what's new, see what's changed.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
And we'll start with Weirdo. Alright, James wouldn't know about Emma and Liam.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Don't want to talk to James anyway, because he's a giant weirdo, so that's cool. Scripted. I plan ahead. I try to make the best stream I possibly can, so I plan some things out. I know it's very nerdy, but what are you gonna do? I don't think there's anything for the chief. No, we gotta wait until we get some new information before we call the chief, but we'll see what we can do there. This is interesting. Yeah, an FMV game, Bob. I love FMV games. That wasn't the right way. I love the cheesy acting. I love the whole weird aesthetic, so it's very cool to me. I have the solution to solve that murder. Nuke the whole area. I'm a beat cop, Drav. I don't have nukes available. They don't usually give those to beat cops. So let's see. Well, he is a wrestling fan. What are you gonna do?
If you don't mind.
True. Script everything. Alright, so I think... yeah, this is the only thing we have to ask him about. What you gonna do, Elena? Nag Spider? Fight back. Good answer. Good answer there, Nag Spider.
Do you think Emma's criticism of Liam on that last night led to his suicide?
I doubt it, Hal.
Did you encourage Emma to criticize him?
I didn't encourage Emma to do anything. I merely told her what we tell every student to do, to express themselves as they want to. It would be out of order to criticize them after that, wouldn't it? However, I didn't expect her to criticize his birthmark, if that's what it was. That's a decision she took herself.
So you didn't know her well?
No, not at all.
I think... I think he's lying right there, but I'm not sure I can prove it just yet. So here's the thing. Number one, that smile of his as he was saying, oh, I didn't tell her to do it, that's kind of menacing. But he says he hardly knew Emma, but I'm pretty sure he's the one that gave Emma the broken pendant. And I'm going to see if I can prove it, but I don't think I can just yet. Yes!
Ah.
You say you didn't know Emma, yet you bought her a freedom necklace.
I don't remember saying anything about buying Emma a necklace.
So you didn't buy her one? So you did buy her one. So that means you must have known her, and quite well too.
Stop making such a big thing about this, Inspector. Look, I've been around a few years. The clock is ticking. And I admit I have an embarrassing weakness for attractive women. It was a stupid mistake, but that's all it was.
So you're saying you tried it on with her?
No, I didn't try it on. I bought her a necklace. I'm not aware that there's a law against buying presents unless, of course, the Third Reich has been elected while I was at a bridge party.
Cripes.
Emma was old enough to make decisions for herself. And as a matter of fact, she decided that she didn't want to be bothered with an old fool like me. So nothing happened, no mistakes, nobody got hurt. All right.
Like father, like son. No surprises there. I wonder how many students Paul has tried it on with.
What a skis! So let's see, I don't think we have any outright contradictions, but I'm glad we caught that one right off the bat on the hour. It's pretty rare we get a contradiction like immediately with the first question, so I'm happy about that. So Emma herself said that she asked him about the birthmark, but he's claiming that she just asked Emma if she should go ahead and insult him. He didn't give any. He wasn't given any specifics. So I don't think we have anything else there to press him on about that. Yeah, we can come back if need be. There's still plenty of other stuff I want to do today. But yeah, Third Eye was a good guess as well, Elena. She would have had to have been at Third Eye, we know that, so she must have come in contact with him before. So that wasn't even a good lie on his part. Shame, shame, Paul. Shame. Alright, nothing to see back there, so let's continue up this street. Let's see. Guess we may as well ask Rebecca about it. Rebecca hasn't said a lot of interest before, but she's been a little evasive. I'm kind of waiting to be able to catch her on something.
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
I'm very eager to see where that would go. But yeah, it's unlikely Rebecca would know anything about that. Alright, so nothing
That's all
right
for the moment.
now.
Thank you.
So we'll take a peek in the restaurant. Well, that has been empty every time we've been in there, which probably isn't good for her business to begin with. What are you going to do? And there's probably not going to be anything behind the pub either, just because still don't have any sort of flashlight or anything. I'm starting to wonder if maybe that's a red herring. But we will keep looking as long as we can. Nothing there either. So now we want to go to Woods Lane, and time to have it no. No, we promised not to tell Simon about what Emma did, so we're going to try to honor that, and we're not going to question Simon about it unless we absolutely have to. I mean, it is still a murder investigation, so we got to explore every avenue we can, but if we can avoid revealing that secret to Simon, I think that would be a good idea. Just because we promised. Seems like the polite thing to do, and unless we have a clear reason to reveal it, I don't see why we would. But I am really hoping that Atlas seminar is finished right now, and we can get in there and have a little chat with scummy Ryan Rand. I don't think we're going to find anything else in the kitchen either. No, just the same stuff. Now, as you remember, in the last hour yesterday, we didn't actually have access to Ryan for most of the hour, so we weren't able to ask him a whole bunch of questions that we really, really wanted to accost him about, so we can bump into him now. We got a lot of things we can clear the air about. Alright, so the meeting's definitely over. That's good. So let's see if he's in his office. Sweet.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Alright, let's run down the list. Starting with that creepy doll burning ceremony. Holy crap.
So tell me more about this doll burning.
It's a symbolic ceremony we perform every few weeks on the course.
What's it about?
It's about burning your old personality and finding a new one, a better one.
So the dolls are...
You. They represent you from the past. Each doll has a picture of the student as a child or a teenager, and they burn the doll and symbolically destroy their old personality. It's quite simple but effective, I find.
And why did that girl shout?
Because it's an emotional thing. She's quite clearly become very attached to her doll. They do spend the first month with them. We tell them to take the doll everywhere with them before they actually go through the doll burning.
And you believe that's a good thing? Destroying your past?
Of course it's a good thing, Inspector. We're all shackled to our past, particularly you by the sound of it. Perhaps we should make a doll of you, Inspector, and burn that. What do you think?
No, thank you.
You're probably right. I'm not sure it would do any good anyway.
Damn. These cheesy actors. Yeah, Bob, these two guys, Ryan Rand and Inspector Jenks, are my two favorites because they are so very cheesy. I love it. Alright, so that's his explanation of the doll burning ceremony, which is kind of creepy. Let's ask him about his weird guitar collection.
I didn't realize you were a musician.
Oh, well, I'm not really a musician. I mean, I dabble a little bit. To be quite honest with you, I'm far more interested in collecting guitars.
You're not in a band?
Well, I did audition. I did audition a few years ago. When I say a few years ago, of course, I mean about 20 years ago. Doesn't time fly?
What band was that?
Oh, I can't remember. Something Stone. Aren't they all called something Stone? Hammerstone. That's it.
And you still collect?
I haven't bought a guitar for over a year. I feel I've moved on.
Hammerstone, he says. It's possible he's talking about Blackstone, the band that Liam and Emma were in. I'm in love with the acting in this. Hey there, Dazza! Welcome into the stream. How are you doing this evening? I love it too. It's one of my favorite things about FMV games. So let's see. Can we connect? Do we have any information about Blackstone, the band that Liam was in? I don't think we do. That was worth a try. No, I don't think that, unfortunately, I don't think that he's mentioned Blackstone anywhere else, but I'm pretty sure that's what he's talking about. It's not Hammerstone, it is Liam's band. So I'm going to take a quick look and see if I can spot him talking about it anywhere else. Otherwise, we're going to have to move on for right now. I think the only time he talked about Liam was in Liam's death right there, unfortunately. It mentions Liam there as well, but I don't think there's anything that I can tie him to the band there as well. He's lying, he blinks. We got him now! We got him now! I've never really seen games like this before. I am intrigued. Yeah, Dezza, this is a style of games that was popular for a very, very hot minute in the late 80s called FMV, Full Motion Video. And there were some people that thought it was going to be the future of gaming, and that once we had more powerful computers, this is going to be how all games made. But it never really caught on, and technology didn't move in that direction. But still, I love the aesthetic of it.
Can you tell me about auto-hypnosis?
Now, what would you like to know?
Do you use it on the course?
We dip into it occasionally, but it's not a major feature of the course. I would say that, well, a minority of the students know how to use it, but the majority wouldn't know and have a clue.
It's not a requirement of the course.
No, not at all. We don't ask people to do things that they're not comfortable with. There's no bribery, no coercion. We're thinking about phasing auto-hypnosis out, actually.
What's the reason for that?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, Inspector, it doesn't actually work very well.
I'm not sure I believe some of that stuff, but I'm not sure I can tie that back into anything. Yeah, early 90s also as well, Bob, but it was a very brief time. There was just a small period of a couple of years where there was a bunch of companies trying to crank out these FMV games, and it just died out almost as fast as it came in. Alright, so I don't think he's talking about auto-hypnosis anywhere else, so we're gonna leave that be. Now let's ask him about this bag. We know that he supposedly shops at this costume shop, so he might have something to say.
Do you know what this is?
Well, I think it's a bag. Is it a bag, Inspector?
God damn
The
it.
shop.
Oh, yes, the costume shop. Yes, we used to hire from them.
For the course?
Well, yes. For the course, at the end of each stage, we have a little party, and we ask students to dress up or try acting out being somebody new, their new selves, as it were.
Could you explain a bit more? New selves?
One of the main elements of the course is learning how to act, how to be whoever you need to be in any given situation. I think you'll agree, Inspector, that business is about being the right person in the right situation at the right time. What it does, it helps them to detach themselves, become somebody new, pretend, you know, that kind of thing. It's surprising what a little bit of cross-dressing can do for you, Inspector. You should try it.
Not at this stage.
He considered it for a second. He considered it. Like the original Myst. Yes, Bob. Oh my god. Here's a confession. I used to be about the world's biggest Myst fanboy. Frickin' loved Myst. I was all about that game. Obsessed. Still know a lot about it. Still have most of the games and some supplementary material. Oh my god, that was good stuff. I don't know that it would hold up all that well. But Myst, yes. Thank you. The head is horrid. It does look a little bit beat up, Bob. That is true, and that stutter too. Yeah, everything he says is just so shifty. Alright, so I think the majority of that is accurate. So we're not going to push him any farther on that. Did they remaster Myst recently? I don't know about recently. I know the company that originally made Myst. They put out a new game called Abduction with an O, Obduction. So I know that, and I know they've re-released the original Myst a couple times, including a version called Real Myst that actually had 3D movement instead of being click to move. Here's a funny thing. If you want to know the coolest fact you'll ever hear about the original Myst, the original Myst was created in a program called HyperCard, which, if you haven't heard about HyperCard is the Mac version of PowerPoint. The original Myst was an extremely complicated PowerPoint presentation. Like, it wasn't even a ton of programming, really. It was just a HyperCard stack. And that blows my mind every time. Oh, Real Myst. Alright, yeah, Nikums. That one's actually pretty old. Like, I actually think that's XP era. But yeah, you're right. They did do their re-release there. And it was nice to see that added in there. And also, welcome into the stream, Nikums. How are you doing this evening? Yeah, oh my god, freaking HyperCard! I love that. That's just one of my favorite facts in all of gaming. See, educational stream, just like I said. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen Nikums before, please do yourself a favor and click on that link. Go over there and give her a follow. Fantastic streamer, absolutely amazing person. Great to chill out to. You'll laugh, you'll have a great time. Do yourself a favor. You are doing yourself a favor clicking on that, I guarantee you. Alright, so now we're getting into the meat of the investigation right here. We learned last night that Ryan's dad, Paul, pulled some sort of game. Some sort of play acting, he claims, where he frickin' robbed the students, just actually pickpocketed them. So let's see what he knows about this stunt.
What
What do you know about your father's money-stealing stunt?
Oh, well, yes, that was something that Dan decided to do as part of the shock aspect of the course.
But he went too far, you believe.
He usually does.
And do you think it did have anything to do with Liam's death?
No. Liam wasn't like that at all. I mean, that was just a simple, unfortunate coincidence. I mean, Liam had his own problems, but he didn't have any problems with the money shock stunt. No.
So here's the problem is, Paul claims that he didn't pickpocket Liam. And Ryan's saying that the stunt isn't related either. It's possible it was unrelated. We don't have anything directly tying the two together, but I don't know, it's just such a weird fact. It could just be a big, loud red herring. And if so, it's screaming in my ear pretty loudly. It's doing its job, but I don't know. We will see. Last thing, ask about our newest fact, Emma's guilt.
What do you know about Emma Bowman criticizing Liam before his suicide?
I was there. I witnessed it. Well, I know Emma blamed herself for his death.
Did she?
Well, she was upset and all of that, but I wouldn't blame her, Inspector. I really don't think she had anything to do with it at all.
You don't think?
Liam was a very confident person, very outgoing, very strong individual, or so it seemed. I think people are free to do what they like. Even something as irreversible as bumping themselves off. Sad though that is, of course.
A pretty grim outlook on life. I wonder, what did he say about Liam before? No, he just said Liam seemed happy. I thought somebody mentioned before that Liam had problems. But, no, I guess I can't find anything about that just now. Alright. Ooh, hey. Alright, I don't know what's going on right there. All of a sudden my bitrate just dropped. I think we're good now. I think we're good. Sorry about that. Yeah, all of a sudden I looked at my I use the Twitch dashboard, thankfully. And Twitch dashboard just shows a giant dip in my bitrate all of a sudden. Just this insane canyon right there. And it said my bitrate was all of a sudden 600 KB. So, I don't know what the hell happened there, but it lasted long enough to be noticeable. So, I don't think the stream actually dropped, so that's good. So yeah, please refresh. If you're in here, that should clear anything up, and let's continue. Let's see, so...
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Let's see, that was our big investigation of Ryan right there, and unfortunately, no real bombshells in there. Nothing that I noticed, anyway. So I think it might be worth our while to go back and have a talk with the chief, see if the chief's got any ideas for what to do next. Because we've been everywhere and we've talked to everyone, so unless it's time to start nailing down contradictions, I'm not sure where we go next. Nothing, really. I did go everywhere in town, didn't I? Yes, so... I guess there is one other thing we can check, though I'd really like to not. But like I said, if it becomes necessary...
Ask you a couple more things, please.
If it becomes necessary... Nope, Jenks has promised not to discuss that with Simon, so the game is presenting me for being a douchebag about that. That's probably for the best.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Alright, so let's actually get a tip here. Let's get the point in the right direction. I suspect we're going to have to go after either Paul or Ryan, since they are the leading sleazebags right now. But let's see what we got. What happens after an Atlas meeting? You also haven't asked James about the bag used in Jenks' mugging. Alright. Both good ideas, actually. I forgot we'd missed something with James. Usually I've been avoiding James because it's clear now. As far as a lot of the actual important stuff in the case, James has no goddamn idea.
Just
No
a
matter
few
how
more
much he thinks
questions,
he
if you don't
does.
mind.
Alright, see if he knows anything.
Seen this anywhere before? Nope.
Oh, that was totally worthwhile. Thanks, game.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Thank you for pointing me in that direction. Alright, what happens after an Atlas meeting? It was either they go to the pub or they do something in the woods, so let's check both of those. Nope. At least he didn't waste any of my time there, Daz. I suppose that's a nice thing. Alright, so... No, not a big group of Atlas hanging around the pub or anything like that. So, let's poke around the woods, see if we can find anything going around there. I know we've been here before, but sometimes unpredictable things can trigger changes in the map. It can be a little bit frustrating, because it's not always clear when something new has happened and you need to poke around a bit. But I think that was one of the possibilities for what happened after an Atlas meeting. No, nothing there. What happens after an Atlas meeting, then? Must be missing something. Oh, wait, hang on. I saw something. I got that. Got that little magnifying glass in the bottom right that means there's something to spot on the ground here.
That'll come in handy. Don't know why I never remember to buy one.
Yeah, seriously, Jenks. Alright, so here is the flashlight we were looking at for several hours last night, and that means we can explore the basement of Rebecca's pub in a little bit more detail and see if there's anything shady stashed down there. We know some Atlas supplies are hidden down there, so let's see what else we can find. Wow, he's helpful. Exactly, Bob. So, well, the red torch, because it's very British. What can we see? Letter? This could be interesting. Car. It says devil worshippers.
Oh, well. And there's the mask symbol again. Looks like someone's been trying to make a point.
So do we know... Alright, so we don't know whose car that is, we don't know who vandalized it, and we sure as hell don't know what it was doing in the back of the basement of the tavern. Interesting. Looks like a nice car, though, so it could be one of the Rams cars, maybe? Either way, I'd say that James is the #1 suspect for vandalizing that, since it had the triple goddess symbol on it, so let's go investigate him first. I kind of understand why younger people are into good graphics. This game looks so real. I know, Zero. Like you could almost reach out and touch it. I will. That's what I thought when I first saw it too, Zero. You're not alone. Yeah, wow, my bitrate's kind of all over the place. It's usually a nice little flat thing right here, but if it keeps up, we may have to stop a little early. But let's hope it. As long as it doesn't have another big drop like that, I think I should be all right for right now. Yeah, we'll get to the tavern owner definitely, Bob. But I want to ask James first, because honestly, I think James did it. Whoever the hell the car it is. But thanks for letting me know about the frame hiccup there, Zero.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Know anything about these? Nope.
Alright, simple enough, simple enough.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Once again, at least I do appreciate that James isn't wasting my time for any of these any of these negative answers. So let's just go ahead and go down the line here, and we'll ask. We'll go ahead and ask. What do you call it? We'll ask Paul Rand next. See if he's got anything to say. Just a moment. There we go. I kind of like James. James is a funny character. I'll give him that. Time for an afternoon snack. What are you
Couple more
snacking on
questions,
today,
if that's
Zero?
okay?
Do you know what these are?
Yes, that's Ryan's car.
Aha.
Another toy he managed to ruin. It was vandalized sometime last year.
You know who did it?
I don't believe anybody was ever prosecuted for it.
That wasn't the question. That's a very specific wording. I feel like he's pretty sure he knows who did it.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
There's Shara, always cutting to the important questions right there. How are you doing this evening? So we'll ask Rebecca next. Rebecca is Ryan's wife. She might be hopefully a little more forthcoming about the car. Not like we'd ever expect Paul to be truthful.
A few more questions, please.
I should mention, look at Rebecca's face when you look at it, when they show her. The way they light her face, I think reminds me a lot of a noir murder mystery. I really like it. I kind of want to find the set guy and shake his hand.
Have you ever seen these?
It's Ryan's car. It got vandalised last year. His camera had been stolen, so I took pictures. Oh, whoever did it made a mess, didn't they?
But nobody was prosecuted for it.
Not that I remember. The insurance paid out, though.
Alright. So, if James didn't do it,
Be back later on, if that's okay.
I'm wondering if maybe Emma had something to do with it. We know Emma didn't come out of Third Eye very happy with the program, so that could be something as well. That lighting, right? Right? It looks so cool. I love it. Wait a fluffin' minute.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Let's see if either of them knows about that. Was that Alan Rickman? I just heard the voice coming in. No Alan Rickman. The only famous actor in here is Paul Darrow, who's a British actor from the classic sci-fi show Blake 7. But otherwise, these are all not well-known actors as far as I'm aware, anyway.
Have you seen these before?
No, don't know the car.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
All right, nothing big there.
Do you know anything about these?
Nope. Sorry.
Oh, not much there either.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
I think that just leaves Ryan, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, so it was Ryan's car, so we may as well hit up Ryan. See what he's got to say about this. Maybe he's got, maybe he's a little bit more eager to say who it was
A few
that
more
he thinks happened
questions, if
to
you
it.
don't mind.
She pursed her lips. We need more evidence than that, Bob. A little more evidence.
Do you know what these are?
Oh, yes, that's my old car. It was vandalized. I took those for the insurance company. Where did you find those?
At the pub. You know who did this?
Yes. A girl called Lisa Blint. She was on the course, very strange girl.
And why did she write the words devil worshippers all over your car?
Well, she was a very strange girl. She had a lot of psychological problems. I'm not entirely sure, Inspector. I mean, she took a dislike to the course for some particular reason. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And she asked for a refund. I declined. And she decided to spray her disapproval all over my car.
Odd thing to spray, isn't it, though? Devil worshippers?
Well, she was a very odd girl, Inspector. Maybe she thought it was a way of getting back at us. I have no idea.
Did Rebecca know about it?
Well, yes, she did, but I wasn't about to unleash Rebecca on her. She can be quite fierce sometimes, you know. And I mean, the girl wasn't vindictive. She had psychological problems. She lives in the village, actually. The run-down house at the end of the lane. Can't miss it.
Really? Right. Thank you.
Ooh. I think we may have just got another witness to interview. That'd be fantastic. Alan Rickman, Shira, I agree. Amazing actor. I love pretty much everything he's done. I wish Rowan Atkinson was in this. I don't think it's a Rowan Atkinson kind of
Thank
production.
you. Probably be back later.
I could be wrong, but that's the feeling I get. Alright, so, Lisa. Lisa, let's see if we can track down Lisa and see what she's got to share.
Could that be where Lisa lives? Run-down house at the end of the lane. That's what Ryan said, wasn't it?
New suspect! It is run down.
Is it Lisa?
Yes.
Inspector Jenks, I'm investigating an incident in the village. I wonder if I could ask you a few questions.
What sort of incident?
I'd rather come in and discuss it if that's all right with you. I promise I won't take long. Thank you. I'll just go in here, yes?
I have to go out in a minute.
Oh, look, I can come back later.
I might not be here. What did you want to ask?
I just wanted to ask you, did you know Kate Vine?
No.
Right. Well, I heard that you're familiar with Atlas, the life skills training company.
What do you want to know about Atlas?
Well, I heard you reacted badly to it.
Of course I reacted badly. So would anyone.
Now, why do you say that?
Because they're devil worshippers.
Devil worshippers.
They're making demons appear. They're tricking everybody. They're getting people to join up, then they're putting demons inside them.
What?
You can see them.
See who?
Demons.
Where could you see them?
In the mirrors.
At Atlas.
Any mirror. You can't get rid of them. They stay inside you.
So, how did you get rid of them?
I didn't.
You still see them?
I just don't look. I put all the lights on. I make sure it's all bright. I put them on when I need to look in the mirror. If I make sure everything is bright, I just see myself without seeing the other person.
Who is the other person?
She's like me, but older. It's like her eyes sink in. She's all wrinkled, with a wrinkled mouth. Like she's dying. And then I realize I'm her. I'm not me anymore. I'm her. I'm sorry, I have to go now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well then. I thought I was crazy. Yeah, Neeks, that is some next level crazy right there. Holy shit. She's like me, but darker. Like there's not enough light. Then I turn the lights on. Yeah, that is kind of creepy right there. So, we now have Lisa's accusation. Lisa's crazy-ass accusation. So, start hitting up town and see what anybody else has to say about Lisa's insane accusation. Of course, Shira. Never forget, never forget. Oh, Zero! Finished off another cookie sheet cake. I'm glad you're liking those.
If you don't mind.
If anybody wants, the recipe for my family's famous cookie sheet cake is one of the things you can get for stream points. Just hit SE and you can get a link to the shop to find out what points you have and what you can get for them.
Do you know anyone who is interested in or involved with devil worship?
Have you met Lisa?
Which Lisa are you talking about?
Mad Lisa, lives on her own, doesn't like mirrors.
Yeah, I've met her. You think she's mad?
You can't look at yourself in the mirror without seeing ghosts. You've got problems, don't you think?
How do you know her?
She came to the farm for some eggs a couple of times, but talking to her once, that's all.
And what did she tell you?
Nothing much. Except she thought the devil was after her.
What did you tell her?
Told her the devil needs a good reason to be after you. She was just like most people, really, blind to herself, except she was more extreme. That's all madness is. Being blind to yourself.
That's a really creepy way to put that right there. And don't make me more fat, Nikums. You only live once, and a life without cake is not a life well lived. This is a thing I believe, right here. Everybody needs more cake. Cake is amazing. If you don't think you need more cake, you're lying to yourself. Lying to yourself. I'm trying to prevent the snowball. Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, so James knows Lisa just as an acquaintance, ran into her a few times. And Lisa sounds crazy.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
I think I believe all of that, so I'm not going to jump into that a little bit more. We've still got other people to ask about Mad Lisa. Maybe she's known about town. So apparently she was in the Atlas course at one time. At least briefly, so see if the Rams have anything to say about her as
questions,
well.
if that's okay.
Do you know anything about devil worship, Paul?
I beg your pardon?
Devil worship? Satanism?
Am I missing something here?
I heard Atlas had elements of Satanism on the course.
You were misinformed. We're a training company, we're not devil worshippers. What kind of a question is that?
So you've no interest in the occult?
No, Inspector, I have no interest in the occult any more than I have interest in pole vaulting, cheese making, or snake charming. Anything else you want to know that I'm not interested in?
That's fine, thanks.
So I don't think Paul ever really talked about the occult. I think that was more of Ryan's shtick. But I'll take a quick look. Make sure there wasn't anything else. He knows about scrying mirrors, but that doesn't really prove anything. No, let's not chase that down. We'll
Be
go
back
after,
later on, if that's okay.
Go after Ryan later. Oh yeah, he was the one you thought was Rickman. Alright, that's a fair thing. No, the voice at a quick glance, you could definitely get fused there. I'm very interested in cheese making. Really? I have no idea what goes into cheese making. It's honestly a giant black hole in my mental knowledge. How do you make cheese? I mean, I enjoy cheese enough. It's something you'd think I would have looked into at some point. Hey Shane, order the special sandwich. I'm gonna get some breakfast real quick. You're just making me hungry. I mean, everything makes me hungry, so it's not really rare, but I do enjoy a good sandwich. Shine the light in his eyes. That's bad police work right there, Bob. Bad
More
and
questions,
shameful.
please. Thank you.
Have you ever come across anyone interested in or involved with the occult?
As in black magic? No, why?
Atlas don't use occult techniques or anything like that?
Atlas? Not unless Ryan's got a secret he's not telling me about. Why, who's been talking?
Just a line of inquiry. Okay, thanks.
It's always suspicious when you get to that part. Oh no, of course we haven't done that. Why, who told you? Why do you want to know? Why, what are you trying to figure out there, Lisa? So let's see, did Lisa mention anything else? No.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
It was a little suspicious, but I don't think there's anything else to talk to Lisa about right there. We'll go ahead and pop over to Simon and Emma's, but then we'll get to the meat of this, which is we have to go confront Ryan about this, and I'm almost certain he's going to lie about it, so that should be interesting. You have to play good cop and bad cop since you're the only one in the case. Double duty, Bob.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
I don't know if Jenks gets paid nearly enough for that.
What do you know about devil worship?
Devil worship? Where?
At Atlas.
Devil worship at Atlas? No, there's none of that.
Alright. Flat shutting down, nothing much there.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Now, Emma, as we know, has only been to Atlas once, so I don't know that she's going to have much to contribute either.
Have you ever heard about there being devil worship at Atlas?
Devil worship? No. Definitely not. Who said that?
It's just something I heard. Okay, thanks.
Alright, so we're getting nothing
Thank
out
you.
of this.
Probably be back later.
But like I said, the main course I saved for last, we have got to go ask Mr. Ryan Rand about devil worship, because we know he was, at least as a younger man, if nothing else, into Satanism and the occult. So if he tries to deny it, we might be able to pressure him.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Has devil worship ever been part of the course, Ryan?
Am I correct in assuming that you have spoken to Lisa Blint?
You would be. She's been telling me all about the Atlas obsession with Satanism, Ryan.
Then if you've met Lisa Blint, then you will have worked out for yourself that she has a very vivid imagination. She also has psychological problems, diagnosed psychological problems, as a matter of fact.
So where did she get the idea that you lot were, devil worshippers?
I really have no idea. The girl is insane. She's frightened of her own shadow, bless her. She actually thinks that demons are possessing her even now. You really can't trust a word she says.
So you are saying there has never been any devil worship at Atlas?
I don't even know what devil worship is, Inspector. It's not something I particularly know anything about. I certainly don't recall anyone ever having worshipped the devil at Atlas. We even tried to help the poor girl by paying for some treatment, but she didn't want it.
Really?
It's not easy to offer someone help when they think that you're the problem.
Alright, I think we got him in a lie right there. Neekums, you say you want to know how much he's drank. I bet he's probably a lightweight, and he's probably been nursing the same glass of whiskey for the entire night. He's had like 2 sips, and he's just trying to cover for it otherwise. Trying to pretend he's all sophisticated. Got $300 whiskey in there, and he just refuses to waste it by drinking it. So, he said he doesn't know anything about devil worship. Well, that's kind of odd, now that you mention it, since you mentioned you used to read about black magic and satanic rituals. Boom.
Aha.
So you used to read a lot about voodoo and satanic rituals, but you don't know anything about devil worship?
Well, obviously, I just meant we don't worship the devil. We're not devil worshippers here at Atlas, Inspector. Ridiculous.
But the point is, Ryan, that you claim not to know anything about it, but admitted you were obsessed with it when you were younger. Are you sure none of that made its way onto the Atlas course? And that Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything within that course?
Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything other than her own imagination, Inspector. Look, we do use some techniques that some students find difficult, disturbing. We encourage them to see things differently, that's all. And some people simply aren't up to that. Some people, like Lisa, that's why we introduced the aptitude test.
What's the aptitude test?
This. We ask students to fill in an aptitude test, medical history, psychological issues, that kind of thing, any medication that they have used in the past, any medication that they currently are using. Here, take a look. Basically, it's just to try and make sure that we don't get another Lisa.
Has it worked?
Well, touch wood so far, yes.
Can I keep a copy of this?
I wonder how much importance they actually give to this test, and what are they doing that's so disturbing anyway?
Yeah, that's an interesting point right there. So I think we've advanced a little bit. That should be interesting. Catch up on chat real quick. Dazza has had more than a few sips tonight. It is the weekend, Dazza. That is how you do. And Shira cheese is roughly said milk with enzymes and bacteria from young cows' stomachs. I know that, but I'm not sure how you get from point A to point B is all I'm saying. The human sacrifice, cannibalism, body chops off a hairy naked man, those are disturbing, to me at least, true. Hey there, Heidel. How are you doing this evening? Black Mesa, Black Mesa, Black Mesa. I've actually have Black Mesa, but I've decided to push that off until they finish it, until Zen's all done. But I am trying to keep an eye on that. Make no mistake. I'm excited to try it once they get around to it.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
Alright, so let me save real quick. Save in slot 2. And then, let's see. So we've got a new piece of information now, so let's go ahead and hit everyone up again. See who we can locate. I think Lisa is probably not going to be around. I'll check and see. But it's very possible Lisa left and we're not going to see her again for the rest of the game. Want to make it, eat it? Hell yes, Nico's cheese is so good. Might be devil worship that makes cheese. I can get on board that train then, Bob. Sign me the hell up. Hey, Goomy, welcome into the stream. How are you doing this evening?
Ask about a few more things, please.
And don't worry, Heidel, they have said...
Be back later on, if that's okay.
They have said that, they're making good progress on the ending of Black Mesa. Possibly even before the end of the year they'll have it finished. Honestly, I think that's probably a little too optimistic, but I'm keeping an eye out. I hope you will as well. Let's see. Yeah, alright, so we can't go back to Lisa, so that's probably going to be the last time we see Lisa, I suspect. She was in a hurry to get the hell out of there, and since this investigation is only going to be this evening...
A couple more questions, if that's okay?
It's pretty likely we're not going to run into her again eventually.
Can you tell me a bit about this, please? It's the Atlas aptitude test.
What do you want to know?
What does it test, exactly?
It's a test we introduced to make sure that any students didn't have any major personality problems, skeletons in the cupboard, so to speak. We introduced it because we had a little bit of a problem with one of the students.
Lisa.
You are well informed.
And what do you think it was that disturbed her?
I believe that the course proved to be too demanding for her. We discovered that she had one or two psychological problems and she couldn't handle it.
And did you change anything else on the course apart from introducing the test?
We increased the entrance age to 21. Well, wasn't much, but it's about the only thing we could do. We didn't want another Lisa. We didn't want students turning around and suing us, did we?
Yeah, Gumi, this is Contradiction, Spot the Liar, an FMV-based murder mystery point-and-click adventure, and I'm really enjoying it. Alright, so, I don't see any contradictions right there. I don't think... The entrance age is 21. We know most of the people we've talked to that have been in Atlas joined it in college. But then again, I think that may have been after the Lisa incident. It's hard to really say. We could find that out by asking around town.
Probably
so
be
let's go
back
ahead and do
later.
that first. Delicious soul-devouring cheese, you say, Bob? I don't think Lisa's dead. I mean, Lisa said she was going to the store, and she had her bag in her hand when we saw her, so I'm inclined to trust her. Well, I think Paul doesn't have any interest in black magic and the occult, but Ryan definitely does. Unfortunately, in the game, we can't take contradictions from two different people. We have to use a person's own words to catch them.
A few more questions, please.
So the interesting thing I think will be later on if we find out that Simon actually took the aptitude test. He may very well have.
Do you know anything about this?
It's the aptitude test, isn't it, for Atlas? What do you want to know?
Do you know why it was introduced?
I think they had some trouble with some unsuitable students. And I suppose you have to be careful who you work with.
Going to lurk mode, Gumi? Alright, enjoy your work and thank you for stopping by.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
Yeah, nothing too interesting there. I keep checking the restaurant because it's been empty for the entire game. I'm like, somebody's going to be in the restaurant at some point, right? Alright, well, after the milk thicks, because those bacteria split the structure of the milk and make it clump up, you get rid of the whey and bind the thickened milk, and it also mixed with other bacteria for a bit. Into a for good cheese cloth drenched in salt water, which makes the known hardened outside of it. You wring out the rest of the whey, and after that, you have to rest. Flip it over from time to time. Alright. That sounds pretty cool. That sounds fun. I can see doing that for a hobby.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Thank you for typing all that out, Shira. I really appreciate that.
Did you do a test before you started at Atlas?
Oh, yeah. It was all just questions about if I had any illnesses or mental health problems or stuff like that, you know. But they didn't actually ask for any proof, so I could have lied through your teeth on that one. Don't think they actually checked.
Interesting.
That is interesting. I don't know if we're going to be able to play into that much, but, so they just sort of assumed that you'd tell the truth on it? That's weird. Why would they have the aptitude test if they're not really going to care about it too much?
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I don't think Emma will have seen it, but we'll have to ask her anyway.
Have you seen one of these before?
No, not this one exactly, but we had to fill something similar in on the first night at Atlas. One of those aptitude tests, fitness and stuff like that.
Alright, so she's seen it before, but
that's all for the moment. Thank you.
I would do more than care for it. I would love it. I'm with you right there, Bob. 100%. Alright, so that's everybody. So we've done a lot in this hour. So let's go ahead and check in with the chief, see if he's got anything to say now. No real bombshells yet, but still, the aptitude test is an interesting twist. Here we go.
Make it interesting, Jenks.
Chief, I finally saw a bit of what goes on at Atlas. I walked in on a meeting. Very strange. There were several students sitting around a fire taking it in turns to burn handmade woolen dolls.
You're hoping I'm going to say tell me more, aren't you? I'm changing my mind.
Ryan had an explanation for it, as did Simon. He claimed it was all about burning your past or something. Actually, Simon told me something interesting. He said they also use auto-hypnosis on the course.
Oh, what's that?
Self-hypnosis. Hypnotizing yourself. Apparently, that may have been what disturbed Lisa so much.
Is it dangerous?
Well, not in theory. Nobody I've spoken to seems to think so.
Well, if it disturbs Lisa so much, then it can't be all that safe for everyone, can it?
I suppose it depends on your psychological state to begin with, but I'll look into it.
Okay, keep it up, Jenks.
Always do, Chief. Always do.
You're very funny, very funny. Bye-bye.
Alright, so he's thinking the auto-hypnosis is a line we need to press on. But unfortunately, I don't think we can question Lisa again. And we never really got to question her all that much in the first place, so that's unfortunate. I would have liked to see what she would have answered to some of the things we could ask her about. Alright, so I guess if we're going to press the auto-hypnosis angle, either Paul or Ryan would be good people to talk to. Let's go over what they said about auto-hypnosis.
If you don't mind.
See if we can catch anything about what they said about auto-hypnosis. That would be interesting. Yeah, he did mention about the cleaner too. That didn't come up. That might be a red herring. I have no idea. So he says auto-hypnosis isn't used in the course anymore. Auto-hypnosis, it's impossible to be hurt or damaged by it. And it's not possible to force students to be hypnotized. That goes along with what everyone else has told us, I think. So I don't really see really see anything bad there.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Guess we'll pop into Ryan, see if he's got anything else to say about it. Let's see. The edible kind. I don't know too much about cheese personally. I like a good mild Wisconsin cheddar. You can get your hand on it. The real Wisconsin stuff, really flavorful stuff. I do like trashy American because I am, in fact, a trashy American. Of course, a good mozzarella. Good mozzarella in the good place never goes amiss. I'm already getting married, stop trying to seduce me with your devil cheese.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Let's see, what has he said about auto-hypnosis? Auto-hypnosis is not a major part of the course. Students aren't coerced or bribed in any way. Auto-hypnosis techniques are being phased out and believe they don't really work anyway. So, I don't know. Did anybody say anything weird about auto-hypnosis? I'm trying to think, but I don't think so. Necessarily. I think Rebecca might have said some creepy stuff, but everything Rebecca says is a little bit spooky. What else going on in the door on the right? Tyrolean mountain cheese with breadcrumbs, egg, fresh herbs, and a few other ones. Holy crap, that sounds elaborate. I like it. Let's see, what's our tip for right now? There must be a contradiction somewhere. Alright, so we have now reached the contradiction phase. We are trying to find someone that has said a contradiction and catch them on it. So, damn. The question is where the contradiction would be. We need a person as well as a contradiction to chase down. Alright, since
a couple more questions, if that's okay.
Since the new information involves Lisa and the aptitude test, let's see if we can find anything right there. He says Atlas uses some disturbing techniques. Could he mean auto-hypnosis right there? I don't know if that's that. Kind of a wild-ass guess right there. I'm gonna give that a try real quick, see if there is anything. Honestly, pretty much all of my wild-ass guess in this game haven't actually panned out, which I think is actually good. That means that I really do need to pin it down when I find out what the contradiction is. Usually, as soon as I see it, I'm like, oh, alright, this is the thing. That's good. Blame Shady tempts me with those puffs all the time. Pizza puffs! Peach ginger meat. Ooh, that sounds tasty. Let's see, so... don't think anything else in Lisa's statement there that we can do there. No.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
If it's with Ryan, I'm not seeing it. So, damn, this is the toughest part. If we don't have a lead on a person that's given us a contradiction, it can be tough to narrow it down.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
So let's see. I know he said he didn't expect Emma to try and discuss Liam's birthmark, but I don't know that that's 100% true. Don't know that I can prove anything for it either. Like, all of this just seems really reasonable so far. I'm kind of hitting the wall here. If anybody's seen anything, feel free to suggest it. Nougat-filled croissants. Holy crap, that sounds tasty. No, this all seems pretty reasonable so far. No place for guilt in business. Wonder if Liam was before or after the aptitude test. No, it's probably nothing. Let's see here. The doors, the windows. From the window to the wall. Let's see. We already pressed him about Liam's drinking, I believe. We're not going to go down that road again. Neekums, thank you so much for the 30-person auto-host. Holy crap. 30-person auto-host. That is intense right there. That impresses me every single time. Not even the first time it's happened, too. So thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Alright, alright. We gotta find this somewhere. This is I think, the most up against the wall I've been in my playthrough so far. Love my host alert. Oh, thank you, Neekums. It was kind of a just off the cuff thing. Like, I need to throw something up there, and so I'll do that. But it's grown on me. Every time I get another host alert, it grows on me. I'm like, that is cute. I like that. You like it too, Sierra? Glad to hear. Glad to hear. All right. Don't know. We have had to dig pretty far back to get some of these contradictions. I'm not sure how far back we should be going here. No. Dang, I don't see anything here either. I mean, I think there is truth in Lisa's accusations, but can I prove it? I don't know. I don't know. They're in the bottom. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Shoot. Yeah, no, I'm not sure. Check with Rebecca. Rebecca's a little spooky. That symbol? What symbol, Shira? Well, they turned it upside down? What are we talking about now? Paul knew Liam had problems at home, but they used the test to weed those out. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Bob, but I don't think he reacted to that one. And to be fair, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure if Lisa was before or after.
Ask you a couple
Liam.
more things, please.
I haven't really been able to pin that down. Yeah, that one the game says isn't a contradiction right there, unfortunately.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
I don't know. Rebecca's always a little spooky. I don't think she's all that suspicious, but if we can just find a little bit of information from her, that might be worth our while. See if there's something she's not telling us. She's a hard one to read, so she very well could be.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
We could also check with Simon and Emma as well. They're the only other ones that know a little bit about the aptitude test. And the auto-hypnosis, as a matter of fact. Check the basement again? I could. Let's see. Now, Rebecca says she's never come across anyone involved in the occult, but we know her husband, Ryan, is huge into the occult. Can we prove that somewhere? Did she make any mention of that elsewhere? She knows the mask belonged to Ryan. No. That might be barking up the wrong tree, unfortunately. Never seen the black mirror before. Doesn't recognize the symbol. We know that Ryan isn't being forthcoming about his involvement in that band. Hammerstone, as he calls it, was actually the band called Blackstone with Liam. I'd like to find some way to press him on that, but I haven't really found out anything just yet. And she says Atlas uses persuasion techniques. Which is true, I suppose. But they, both neither Paul nor Ryan deny that, but they say they're phasing it out.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Yeah, we'll check the basement, definitely. But since the tip right now is there has to be a contradiction somewhere, that probably means the only way to advance is to find the contradiction. Because the tip usually tells you what you have to find next. I'm going to save real quick. The game's, I'm seeing a couple little, the pictures acting a little funny a couple times. Let me make sure we're saved. Just in case anything happens. No, I totally just asked her about that, Bob. That's, if you put two things in the contradiction box and then it sort of turns gray, then that means there's nothing else to see there. So I tried that one, but, no, that wasn't it, unfortunately. Alright, let's check with, Simon and Emma, see if we can press her a little bit more. Well, Shira? Time to get out the Winchester, get a cold one, wait for things to blow over. Jeez.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Alright. So, we haven't... I don't know that we've ever caught Simon in any lies. He seems like a straightforward dude. But, let's take a look, see if there's something we're missing there. He says they're not allowed to hurt or offend others, but now we know, of course, that Emma said something horrible to Liam on the night he died. Which, that's a contradiction, but it's not a contradiction I think we can pin on anyone here. Let's see. Yeah, alright, so Simon was the one that told me about auto-hypnosis in the first place. That's interesting. I came from the doll burning ceremony. Auto-hypnosis induced by using mirrors. Weird. He says he doesn't know anything about the third eye, but apparently Emma was in it as well? That's a bit of a contradiction, but I don't think I can pin that on him either. Because he hasn't really mentioned anything else about the third eye, I don't think. No, I don't think so, unfortunately. Unless there was something in Liam. No, I don't think so. Damn. Thought I was on something for a second there. Believe guilt doesn't serve any useful purpose. Yeah, we know about that, unfortunately. Let's see. Sorry it's slowing down so much right now. But, I'm kind of striking out here. This is tough. Redirect that question to Shane, just for the fun. Shane, where am I from? Austria, correct? Shira? It's like Australia, except they can't afford as many letters, if I remember correctly. These games would screw you over. Why is that, Deacons? Don't have a good memory, or, just not something you enjoy very much? Oh, sweet, got it, Shira. I thought I remembered that one. Entertaining? Alright, I'll take that. Right, I remember. Oh, your memory's crap. I know the feeling, Shira. Deacons. I've got a good memory for some things, but other things I just can't remember for the life of me. Like I played Dragon Age Origins before. It's a 60-hour game, and yet I can remember very little about it. So I guess that'll make for an interesting play, but what else are you going to do? Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying watching it stream, Nikums. That's something I've noticed since I've started watching Twitch, too. Is there are some games that I find more fun to watch than actually play, which is good, you know, as long as you've got the opportunity. That is a nice thing to have. Let's see, no, I really don't think he's got anything here.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Photographic memory? I wish I did, Bob. That would be so cool, but no, I'm miles away from having a photographic memory. Recognize the photos. No, I'm getting nothing here.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
I may actually have to take some extreme measures if we don't get anything here. There is a way to progress if you get stuck in here. There is what they call a cheat system. Basically, the game will solve a contradiction for you, if I remember correctly. But I'd really rather not resort to that if I don't have to. I shouldn't even look through the woods, just because we know... No, we know we need to get a contradiction, so let's not waste any time there. I really wish I could catch Ryan on his thing about the band. I think that would be revealing if we could pin that on him.
A couple more questions, if that's okay?
Because that would tie him to Liam and Emma in a way that he hasn't really admitted to in the past. Let's see. Atlas does use some disturbing techniques. Let's see. Doesn't know why Lisa wrote Devil Worshippers, but I guess that makes sense because he's claimed there is no demonic aspects to the course. Liam was strong and outgoing. Heard that one before, so I don't think there's anything there. He knows Paul went too far, but he doesn't believe the stunt was related to Liam's suicide. Let's see, so what did he say about Liam before? Yeah, he said he met Liam in the pub, but then later on under the part with the guitars, he said he'd auditioned for a band called Hammer Stone. And if he did that, he would have met Liam as well. I believe, but I think we tried that before and that didn't work. Yeah, no, that's nothing interesting there. Damn. Are there other buildings you haven't been in recently? No, we've already explored the whole map. And like I said, the tip that we have right now
Thank you. Probably be back later.
There must be a contradiction somewhere. And so that means that is the next thing we have to do, is we have to find someone with a contradiction. And the chief told us to look into auto-hypnosis. So I think someone must have said something contradictory about auto-hypnosis, but I'm not quite sure what. Ryan says it wasn't a major part of the course. Techniques are being phased out, and he doesn't think they actually work. I don't suppose the private psychological treatment was auto-hypnosis, was it? Nah, probably not. James knows nothing about auto-hypnosis, I don't think. Oh, no, James did say some weird, freaky stuff
that's
about
all for the moment. Thank you.
But James was being very much New Age hippie about auto-hypnosis, but I suppose we can poke our head in and see if we can get anything. But really, I have no idea why James would have the slightest inclination to lie.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
About auto-hypnosis. Like, he hasn't known anything for quite a while of use, or, you know, anything. Yeah, he says auto-hypnosis is another name for scrying. Scrying is possible without a mirror, and he sold a scrying mirror to Kate Vine. All of which was useful information, so I don't think he's contradicting himself with anything there.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Alright, I think we are going to have to use a cheat. It'll be our first time in the game. So let's see, I don't even know for certain how to use a cheat. So we'll save. Oh, you can replay all the scenes here too, that's kind of cool. Wonder why some of them are green there. Oh, those must be the contradiction scenes. Cool, cool. Yeah, I'm lost as well. Alright, so that just means time to use some extreme measures. If I can figure out how we're supposed to use the cheat. I know there was some way to do it. Mentioned on the menu. The instructions? Yeah, it's all the simple stuff, the directions on what to do. You notice the interface is a little different right there, too. If you're really stuck, try a cheat. This will give you a big clue, but it's added to your cheat count, so try not to use too many. Yeah, it says if you're really stuck, try a cheat, but I don't know how to use a cheat. I have no idea. The game's not even letting me cheat. I'm trying to cheat as hard as I can. Don't know how. Let's see. Cheats are found by selecting unsolved clues, says under the title. Oh, alright, so that must be... So wait, what's an unsolved clue then? Couldn't type fast enough. No worries, Nikos, I appreciate that. So what counts as an unsolved clue? That's the next thing. Like, the red items are usually just things that are usable. Is it something in here? Yeah, I'm not totally sure what they mean by under an unsolved clue. What is an unsolved clue? I guess the green ones are solved, maybe? It means we've already done everything there is to do there? Possibly? Well, I'll click on all the things that aren't green then, see if anything pops up that I can spot. Click on Atlas Auto Hypnosis, and I don't see anything to click on except click here to see all replies, which I didn't know that was there. Oh, go to the menu screen? It was just under the title? Oh, cheats are found by selecting unsolved clues. Oh, in the list below! Alright. Alright, thank you, Deacons. I was totally missing that for some reason. Alright, so... take it that means, chief clues. Press here 7 times to see a cheat. Holy shit. So they're really, really trying to encourage you not to use those cheats. God damn, I really don't want to then, you know? I want to see if I can get through the game without it. But, I'm not sure where to go. What do you think, chat? Should I try a little bit more? Or do you think it's time I go ahead and give up the ghost and use a cheat on this one?
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
I wonder. Paul says that it's impossible to be hurt or damaged by Atlas hypnosis techniques, but yet then he said that Lisa couldn't handle the course techniques. Oh shit, yes!
So nobody has ever been affected by auto-hypnosis, except Lisa.
Hypnosis wasn't the problem, Inspector. Lisa was the problem with Lisa. That's why we introduced the test.
But the hypnosis was the trigger, wasn't it?
Lisa arrived on the course believing we were all devil worshippers. She was nuts to start with. We didn't make her like that.
Well, as far as I can tell, Paul, you've had one student accuse you of devil worship and 2 others commit suicide. Some of your students aren't having a very good time on this course, are they?
Nonsense. Kate was enjoying every minute of it. She couldn't get enough of it.
Really?
She was full of the joys of life. Bubbly, confident, flirty.
With who?
You mean with whom?
With whom?
Pretty much everybody. Including me, as I remember.
Really? And, did you respond?
I don't get into relationships with students, Inspector. Company policy. It's not professional.
Interesting admission that Kate flirted with him. There's no way Paul would have turned down an opportunity like that.
Right. I love how as I'm waffling about giving up, I figured out the answer. That was badass. Times like this, I almost wish I had a camera, because you could have seen me fist pumping it vigorously over here. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Alright, so... let's see. We got an admission right there. Let's see if I can find that. Alright, so he says he avoids relationships with students, except... we already kind of went over this, so I don't know if we're going to need to hit it again. Because, where is that? The broken pendant. No, the Freedom Necklace card. Except he bought a Freedom Necklace for a student once. No, I know we talked to Paul about flirting with students before. So let's see if we can find that somewhere and pin that on him. Right here, once tried to date Emma. There we go. I got you, you bastard. Avoids relationship with students. There we go. Nice.
So you avoid relationships with students, except for Emma, who you tried to date.
Oh, come on, Inspector. That was a long time ago.
And what about Kate Vine? Did you try to date her or not?
Oh, don't be so ridiculous, Inspector. Kate was an exceptionally clever girl. She knew exactly what she wanted, and she knew how to get it.
You mean that Kate approached you?
It wouldn't surprise me if she was playing everyone in the group. Kate had more enemies than you'd think. She was a very, very manipulative young woman.
10 o'clock, alright. Finished another hour.
10 o'clock, it's getting late. I'm gonna have to pick up the pace if I'm gonna solve this by midnight.
So we've only got 2 hours left to solve things, but we're making progress. That's intense. That is intense. Alright, so let's save real quick. Oh, we got through another hour without having to use a cheat. Excellent. So let's see, we don't have any new information now, so we don't have anything to ask people about, so I guess let's check around town. See if anything's solved yet. What kind of detective am I? I'm working on it. I've only got one evening here, Trav. I'm working as fast as I can. Still vote for the Nuki solution. I still feel like collateral is a problem there. Collateral worries me. Just slightly. Let's see, since we don't have anything to work with, does the chief have anything to say? Usually we have to bring him something before he'll bring us anything. Yeah, no, nothing from the chief yet. So yeah, we want to hit up town and see if we can spot anything that's changed. So we'll check in the usual spots. I want to check in the restaurant.
Tell him about Simon.
I really don't think it's my place, darling.
Here we go.
He's your place here.
I just don't want to tell tales.
Tell him about Simon. You know what happens when you don't say.
Oh shit!
So it's going to be that kind of evening, is it?
You should play your cards, right?
Only if you deal.
Problems?
Holy shit!
Hello, Inspector. See you later.
Okay. Alright. Alright, let's see what's going on there. Hey, Raging Clue, welcome in. How are you doing this evening? Neeks. Oh. Right. Wow, didn't see that one coming. Alright, so, what exactly is Ryan not telling us about Simon? This I want to hear. Alright, let's poke around in the cabinet a bit.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Some sort of prescription drugs that Rebecca's taking. Well, that's another thing to ask about then. Something like Oromorph liquid? I have no idea what that is. It might be made up for the game. But it's something we could probably ask Rebecca about and see if she can give us any answer. Kate was outgoing and bubbly, but made enemies possible. A contradiction. Possible, House. Possible, but I think both of those could happen. You can still be friendly and you can still make a lot of enemies, definitely. But we'll check that once we get back to Hall next. Thank you for pointing that out, House. I appreciate that.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
How about those prescriptions, Rebecca?
The cupboard downstairs. There's a lot of unopened stuff in it.
Is there?
Prescriptions. Made out to you.
Oh, they're just spare painkillers. The chemist always gives us too many. He's a friend of the family.
Strange. Wait a second. No, I've got something here. We asked... Where is it? We asked her about Salvia. And she says she doesn't take any drugs or medicine, so how come she has a shitload of painkillers? Bang!
Aha. So, you don't take any medicines except for prescription painkillers.
Well, they're not actually for me, they're Ryan's. For some reason the chemist always makes them out to my name. He's an old gentleman.
Does Ryan need prescription painkillers?
Yes, he's got arthritis.
Really? He's young to suffer from that, isn't he?
He doesn't have it badly, but he does need medication from time to time.
What medicine is it?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. Ryan will know.
So Ryan's the one using the prescriptions. I think I might have a word with him, work out exactly what this medicine is.
Yeah, I think that's. I think we're gonna want to go ahead
that's
and
it for
do
now.
that immediately.
Thank you.
That's a little suspicious right there. Everything about that's suspicious. Why are the prescriptions being made out with the wrong name? Why did Rebecca lie about that in particular? I mean, arthritis doesn't seem like something you just want to cover up, right? You know, you wouldn't just go ahead and say, oh, I don't want anyone knowing about the arthritis. No. No, there must be some other reason she was trying to hide that. It's Viagra. That could be, Bob. Could be. But if so, it'd be a nice thing to press him on. What are you hiding, Ryan? Ryan's got enough secrets as well. It could be, but we'll see. Ah, good, he's in. I was worried when he knocked at the door and there's that weight right there. So, let's start with the prescriptions, then we'll move into the arthritis.
Do you know what the medicine in the cupboard at the pub is for?
You'd better ask Rebecca about that. I'm not exactly sure what's in there. She tends to keep her wares under lock and key. Do you know, our wedding night was quite a surprise.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I mean, we know that's a lie because the cupboard wasn't locked, or at least maybe we just caught her as she was leaving it unlocked. Could have gotten lucky, but I don't know. Chase a check, never chase a wolf. What? What? I have no idea where that's coming from. This guy's creepy. Yeah, he's a slimeball clue. I think he's up to something, but we're trying to pin something on him. Could be a murderer. This is a murder mystery. We'll find out. But yeah, he's a skis.
Tell me about your arthritis.
Oh, you found out about that. Well, yes, I'm old before my time.
That's very unlucky to have it so young.
Well, I take a lot from life, Inspector, and sometimes life likes to give you a little bit back. I mean, it's not too bad, it's not too debilitating. It's mainly some in my right hand, some in my left hand. It's not particularly a problem. Makes it difficult to hold small things, though.
What do you take for it?
I get a prescription painkiller.
How often do you need that?
Not often, as and when. I keep some here, I keep some at home. It's not a problem.
All right. What movie? That sounds familiar now. The only movie I can think of with masks is Eyes Wide Shut, which is a wacky movie. Let's see, he's alright, so here he says he keeps painkillers at work and home, but he also says the contents of the cupboard at the bar are Rebecca's. No, that wasn't it. Is that it? I know that's a lie. He's saying that right there. The Mask, that's a movie with masks. True. A mask, singular, I suppose, but yeah, I hadn't considered that one either, Elena. Name of the movie is Face Off. Oh my god. I haven't seen Face Off in forever, but that is an amazing movie. Or Three Ninjas. I remember seeing Three Ninjas in the theater when I was tiny. That's a good one. Oh, it's by Future. He's a good guy. I might have to check out that track. That's some interesting lyrics right there. Mask Off. That's such a weird lyric to have anywhere. Thank you for letting me know, House. Three Ninjas. There's something I haven't thought about in forever. Dang it. I feel like it's like right there. I really feel like it's something right here, but or V for Vendetta or Scream. Yeah, there's a lot of horror movies if you want to go down that road.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
We could... Oh, hang on a sec. Oh, sorry, I had to sneeze. But I suppose we could ask some other people about the painkillers, see if anyone else knows about them. I don't know that anyone would, but couldn't hurt. It isn't a problem, but he takes pills? I don't think they'd have a contradiction within the same statement. That would be almost too easy. And you know, he said he only takes the pills occasionally, so maybe that's what he meant.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Track has been memed, fair warning. Alright, thank you, House. I'll keep that in mind as well. Or any Jason movie, or Halloween, or Zorro. Zorro too. Pretty much any superhero movie. If you want to go down that track as well. Let's see.
When did Ryan begin to suffer from arthritis?
Ryan doesn't suffer from arthritis.
Really?
The only thing that Ryan suffers from is a pathetic inability to deal with any kind of discomfort. He pulled his back sometime last year. Since then, he's going around telling everybody he suffers from arthritis.
I thought he had medication for it.
Oh, he only has medication because his GP, who is almost as dysfunctional as he is, keeps prescribing it for him.
So you don't believe he really has arthritis?
Not at all.
Interesting. So maybe that's something to press Ryan about a little more. By the way, false advertising, there's no Shadow Hearts among those games. You gotta really look, Drav. You gotta look real close. It's in there. It's in there. You gotta really squint. See if you can blow up the picture a little bit more. Zoom and enhance. Or the man in the Iron Mask. That one's got mask right in the title there, Elena. Now that you mentioned all these, I'm like, how was all I thought of Eyes Wide Shut?
Thank you. Probably be back later.
What does that say about me that all I could think of was Eyes Wide Shut? I suppose we could poke Simon about the arthritis. Hello? Another cinema? Ooh! Gotta love it in murder mysteries how everyone's so goddamn clumsy all the time. Just dropping shit out of their pockets everywhere they go.
Bit careless, Simon. Probably nothing important, but at this stage, I need all the clues I can get.
Agreed. So what do we got here? Circular pendant and a business card. Because it's an awesome movie. It is, it's true. So, yeah, who is this clumsy in real life? Like, it's not like I've never dropped anything out of my pocket, but it's like every murder mystery, somebody's just dropping stuff all over the place. Alright, so we've got a key ring. This looks, I don't know, some sort of Catholic key ring? It says something in Latin around the outside. Saint Bernard de Menthon? I don't know much about Catholicism, so I'm not sure what that would be. And then we've got a business card. It says Dean Hayfield from Aztec. Alright, well I suppose the most obvious thing would be to press Simon about it right away, so let's go ahead and do that. Maybe not dropped, maybe not planted, true? Although I've never took Simon
Ask
for
you
a
a couple
particular
more things, please.
I didn't figure Simon for a real mastermind there, but you never know. You never know. He could have been playing us for a while. St. Bernard the Methylated. Close. To either mislead you or give you a clue that he wants to tell you. Ooh, that's a good one. Maybe he wants to tell me something. But then again, I suppose he would have to know I'm skulking around his house. Maybe Jenks just isn't very good at stealth.
I think you dropped this outside. Someone you know.
Oh, this is just from some IT guy I met. I don't need it.
Enough. I noticed some numbers on the back. Do you need these?
I don't know. What is it?
1905?
Oh, yeah, that's just a pin or something. It's okay, I can remember it.
So not an offshore savings account or anything?
No, it's not important.
Wow, can you be any more obvious about lying there, Simon? Holy crap. 1905. Help me remember that, chat. I don't know if it's going to come into, play anywhere. I don't think I've seen anywhere we can use numbers or anything. He claims just an IT guy. It says what, Broadbait? No, it's just got address. It doesn't actually say. Aztec does sound like an IT firm. I guess we don't know what Simon does, so he could be in IT. But still, 1905. That's interesting. It's asking about the key ring, too. Oh, we've never been able to get to the post office before, had we, Bob? Ooh, that could be something right there. IT people are cleverer than they let on. Hell yeah, Lena. Fist bump on that one.
Is this yours?
Yeah. That's from my keys. Where did you find that?
Just outside.
Right. Oh, it must have come off when Nathan dropped my keys off. He was borrowing my car.
That's very trusting.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I am a bit too trusting, really. It's a new car as well.
Owns a new car, often lends the car to friends. What the hell, Simon? Bob had an idea. I'm thrilled.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
So we'll poke Emma about both things, see if she's got anything to say, and then...
Have you seen this before?
Nope. Sorry, never heard of him.
Yeah, we'll see if she knows anything about either of those, then we'll see if we can get to the post office, see what we can find out there.
And what do you know about this?
This is Simon's. I bought this for him when we were on holiday. Has he lost it?
He dropped it.
He can't keep anything.
Alright, nothing too bombshell-ish in there. Oh, we did want to ask Simon about the arthritis while we're in here, too.
Did you know about Ryan Rand's arthritis?
Arthritis? I didn't think Ryan had arthritis.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Alright, so yeah, we're pretty sure that the arthritis is bullshit, but still, if we can get a little more information about that, that'd be nice. Need a friend that loads their car just off the cuff, Bob? That would be nice to have.
Did you know about Ryan's arthritis?
Ryan? He's got arthritis?
Apparently.
Oh, I didn't know. I hadn't noticed he had any problems.
She's like 60 now. Bob, this game's from 2015. This game's 2 years old, scarcely. This isn't one of the classic FMVs, not one of the old 90s ones. No, this one's actually a recent one. There's been a very slow and small resurgence in the FMV genre, which I am absolutely over the moon
Thank you.
about.
Probably be back later.
And you can definitely expect to see some more modern FMVs on the channel. The Dr. Decker is one of them. There's a couple of Japanese FMV games being made as well. I just saw one hit Steam the other day. I might be checking that one out. But yeah, got modern FMVs. What do you know? Alright, so... Post office is right adjacent to Paul Rand's house. But no, we don't have any access to the post office just yet. Alright. So, let's see, what else do we want to do? We've got the business card and the key ring. I guess we could check with weird old James about both of them, since he did know a little bit about Simon and Emma. He could know something about him. Bob apparently ages faster than everyone else. Bob, do we need to talk about light speed relativity? Is that a thing here? Can we get some Junji Ito FMV horror? Holy crap, I don't think I can handle that house. I am a huge fan of Junji Ito. His stuff scares the shit out of me. If you haven't looked up Junji Ito, look into his manga. Terrifying, terrifying stuff.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Let's see. See if there's anything else in here we haven't asked him about yet.
Recognize this at all?
Yeah, he fixed my laptop.
Does he live locally?
I think so.
So he doesn't think he lives locally, and unfortunately if he isn't local, that means that we wouldn't be able to visit him. Although I suppose if there is a phone number on there, we could try calling him. I don't know if we can do that in the game.
Seen this before?
Don't think so.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
Well, I mean, we know where a phone booth is, so we may as well try it. There are some games, seriously, that I haven't heard of. I have no idea how I haven't heard of them. Are they PC games or the old console games? You notice I do this. I always get thirsty whenever people start talking about games I haven't heard of before. I'm like, oh my god, tell me more. I'll Google it later if need be, but I appreciate you letting me know they exist there. So good. I've got a couple of mangas in the next room, actually.
Carry on, Jenks.
Not much else has happened, except I found out that Simon Thompson owns a car which he lends out to friends, apparently.
Bit trusted.
That's what I thought.
Anything else?
I'm afraid that's all I've got at the moment.
Well, keep going, Jenks. Go and quiz Thompson about that car, will you?
Will do, Chief.
Bye.
Wait a second. Oh my god, I missed it. I missed it. I know what the contradiction is. I know exactly what the contradiction is. We have to go way back for it, but I got it.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Uzumaki for the Wonder Swan. That would explain why I haven't heard of it. I know almost nothing about the Wonder Swan, but I will look into that. Thank you very much. Love my gaming addiction, Bob. Awesome, awesome. Alright, so here's the thing. So, Simon says he owns a new car, right? But remember, all the way at the start of the game, he says he can only get to work using a bike. There we go.
Aha. So the bike's the only way you can get to work, yes?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the car?
I can't drive the car yet, can I? I don't have my license.
Right.
I got a windfall from an insurance payout. Just figured I'd buy something sensible with it straight away instead of wasting the money.
What was the insurance payout?
It was for a laptop. It got stolen down at Atlas.
At Atlas?
Well, they didn't break in. I think they just walked in and took it. The laptop was in a storeroom, but I think the lock was broken, to be honest.
Doesn't sound like they're taking their security very seriously.
Actually, it got a lot better after that.
I think I'll check it anyway.
Must have been a very nice laptop to be able to buy a car with the insurance. Or a very cheap car. I have to have a talk with Ryan about his security measures.
I suppose one or the other right there. Wonder Swan. It was a Japanese handheld put out by Bandai, I think? It wasn't one of the big companies. But I heard it was a decent console. Uzumaki Naruto, I honestly thought that the first time I heard about it. But no, Uzumaki, fantastic horror story, seriously. I think it's honestly one of my my favorite of Ito's long form works. If you've got access to it, look up Junji Ito on Comixology, a comic book site I've talked about before. One of his short manga collection is actually on there. Very good too, and not all that expensive. Paul took it. Right, Elena. Paul was stealing things before, and he claims it was part of an exercise. But that could be something. There's a fan game inspired by Ito and Lovecraft called World of Horror. I haven't heard of that one either, but fan games can sometimes be interesting.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
So we're going to have to press Paul and see if he knows anything about the laptop. That would be insurance fraud. But I think the bigger question that Jenks had is how exactly does he get how did he get a car from a laptop? It is possible Simon's lying about the laptop in the first place and there's something else there. But I'm not sure. We'll have to get a little bit more information first. We've definitely got something chewy here. I like that.
Did you know about Simon's laptop being stolen?
Yeah, because it had all my college work on it, which I hadn't backed up or saved.
Ouch.
Not that it mattered much, but I did buy a new one. And Simon uses it now. When I let him.
All right.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
So Jenks suggested we talk to Ryan about the laptop, so let's go ahead and do that first. Since apparently there was a change in security afterwards, and security might have been hot shit beforehand. That could be something interesting.
Couple more questions, if that's okay?
Know anything about this?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. We have our own IT chap. Lovely chap, in fact. Fat and sweaty, though. It's like a double act, doesn't it?
Everything about that answer. Everything about it. Oh my god. Hand firmly planted on forehead over here. Ooh, grayscale. Grayscale is such an unusual thing for modern games. That could be worth a look. Thank you, House.
Have you seen this before?
No, sorry.
Didn't expect anything there. Just trying to be thorough.
Were you at Atlas when Simon's laptop was stolen?
Oh, I believe I was, yes. It was taken from the storeroom in the hallway.
Was it ever recovered?
No, we didn't catch anyone. We're quite exposed out here. Somebody could just have wandered along the lane, seen into the storeroom. It's not particularly secure. They could have been in and out within minutes. That's why we advise people to keep their valuables with them. You can't be too careful these days, Inspector.
Alright. Interesting. I don't think there's anything too interesting in there. I guess we can see if we can spot the storeroom, but then, yeah, I think we're going to want to talk to Paul about that.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Let's see if that's somewhere we can explore at. In the corridor, or is that just the kitchen? No, just the TV over here. Yeah, no, Paul's my next destination, definitely. Since Paul's, part of Atlas, surely if anybody else is going to have anything to say about it, it's going to be Paul. There's just something I'm missing about this whole thing. Very weird.
Do you know who this is? Dean Hayfield, Aztec.
Sorry, never heard of him. We have some prisoner of sort who does our IT. Large guy. No manners.
Prisoner's sort? What the hell does that even mean?
Seen this before anywhere?
No.
And what do you know about Simon's laptop being stolen from Atlas?
I know I wasn't happy about it.
What did you do about it?
Ryan paid a con man to install a complicated CCTV system. At twice the price that it would probably cost. Seemed to do the trick, though. We haven't had a theft since.
convict or criminal, I know, but, I don't know, that seems like a weird way to phrase it, if nothing else, Bob. Alright, so you said no thefts have happened since. Does that include his, stupid theft stunt? No, I didn't think that was gonna go anywhere. A CCTV system. Holy crap. If we could get a look at that CCTV system, that might be interesting.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
I guess... Let's see, I guess Rebecca would be the other person to ask about that right there. She would probably know, being Ryan's husband and or Ryan's wife and everything. See what she has to
Ask
say
you a
about
couple
it.
more things, please.
It's just something we're missing here.
Have you seen this before?
No.
Simple enough. Not happy about it, yet openly thieved as a joke. It does seem weird, but Paul Rand is a giant asshole, so you never know.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
Right, Bob, there is still the arthritis angle that I still need to chase down. Thank you for reminding me about that. Unlikely Rebecca would know about Silence still on laptop. Damn it!
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Guess not. I guess we can check with Weird James about the laptop. But I so sincerely doubt he's going to know anything about it. I suppose he could... No, we already asked him about the business cards, so...
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
So let's see, Simon's laptop is obviously our current line of inquiry, but we need to remember about Ryan's arthritis, and also that PIN number. Sorry, PIN numbers were done. And also the PIN from the back of the business card, 1905. No, it's unlikely.
Thank you.
That
Probably
there.
be back later.
And we have to remember that when we saw Rebecca talking to Ryan in the pub, she was insisting that that Ryan needs to tell me about Simon, but we don't know what about Simon. Well, it's still progress. It's still progress. See if the chief has anything new to say.
Still calling, Jenks?
Yes, Chief, afraid so. Got a bit more news. Apparently the prescription I found does belong to Ryan. It's for his arthritis.
Arthritis? Ryan? Has he told you this, or...?
He explained it, yeah. It seemed genuine enough. Although it's impossible to tell with Ryan.
Well, keep at him. You need to find out who's taking it, when they're taking it, and where they're taking it. You're getting closer, though, Jenks. Keep it up.
Thanks, Chief.
Bye-bye.
So yeah, the chief thinks that the arthritis angle is where we need to go, and I think I'm actually inclined to agree with him. Let's see if we can nail him for something on that. What's her name? Lisa. I suppose we could check. Might be something to the arthritis angle. Right. I can feel it in my bones. Oh, god damn it. Almost didn't catch it for a second there. Well done. Oh, in the Phantom of the Opera, they even do a song called Masquerade. True, that's a good one. I've seen that performed live, too. Fantastic. I do love me some puns. Big soft spot for him. If you ever see me in somebody else's chat, I'm usually bothering
A few
with
more
puns.
questions, if you don't mind.
Alright, so... let's see, there's got to be somewhere we can press him. I know he said the contents of the cupboard belonged to Rebecca, except... that's bullshit. Because we found the prescription painkillers, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to be a contradiction we can hit him on. It says Rebecca keeps the cupboard locked, except we were able to just walk right in and take stuff out of there. Don't mask my love of movies. I have not seen either of those, Bob. I don't know too much about operas in general. I wish I knew a little bit more. I think that number could pin down a contradiction. I don't know. I haven't seen anything involving those numbers. I don't think 1905 is a year or anything like that. It does seem like a pin. What could we pin it to? Oh God, that was the thing you were doing there, House. Damn it! You're out punning me here. It's totally just whizzing over my head. I bow to your superior punsmithery this night. Alright, so let's just go through everything. See if we can... Wait a second, hang on. Where did I say that? You said you keep painkillers at work and at home, but you said you don't keep any medicines on site. Oh.
Aha. So, you don't keep any medicines on site at Atlas?
No.
Except your prescription painkillers.
Well, these are not available to the students.
But they are kept on site.
Yes, but they're locked away. They're kept in the storeroom. Nobody would have access to them.
You're sure about that?
Absolutely sure.
And what are the painkillers, Ryan?
Painkillers. Just painkillers. Normal painkillers.
Paracetamol, codeine, morphine.
Well, all right, they're morphine tablets, yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, come on, Inspector. I know what you're thinking, but there's no way Kate could have had access to them.
Because they're in the storeroom.
Well, not just that. She wouldn't have even known about them, or where they were.
Sure about that?
Yes.
So it is morphine Ryan's taking. The pieces are starting to come together. Now I just have to work out how Kate got hold of it. If it was Ryan's morphine she got hold of course.
Right, so if you want to go all the way back here, right at the very first thing we saw in the game, is Kate Vine, the murderer we're investigating. She drove her car into a lake in an apparent suicide. She had a shitload of alcohol in her system, but she also had morphine. And we have no idea how she got the morphine. That's why Jenks is trying to chase this down. If she got the morphine from Ryan, that could be significant. So let's see, where was that? Keeps the morphine in a secure storeroom at Atlas. But he said the store, yeah, as you said, Elena, the storeroom isn't particularly secure. That wording is fantastic right there. There we go.
So the storeroom isn't particularly secure, yet you keep your morphine tablets in there. I thought you said no one could get access to the morphine, but they could, quite easily, couldn't they, Ryan?
I didn't mean that storeroom. I meant a different storeroom. I keep them in there.
Okay. So where was it locked up?
It's upstairs. It's got a combination lock on it. Nobody could have access to it except me and Dad. Nobody.
I might have a look at that if you don't mind.
Don't mind at all.
All right.
Combination locked room, I see. Well, I might have a look around for that. See how secure and combination locked it really is.
Maybe he needs to take a chill pill on Prescription House? 1905, not even hard, right, Elena?
That's all for the moment, thank you.
We're on to this. I'm glad you guys are getting into this too. I'm hoping you guys are liking all this. I'm so into this. I'm loving this case. And there's nothing to look at up here? Or, can we use a business card? Yes.
Welcome to the Mirror Room.
What the hell?
This exercise is all about identifying the difference between the image one presents to the world and one's real self, which lies deep in our unconscious. As you move through the network of mirrors, practice seeing yourself as a stranger. The more you separate from your persona, the more aware you will become of your true desires and ambitions. Chant with us. I am free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself.
I am free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself. I am free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself.
This exercise involves the use of liberation masks. You have now completed Module 1. Module 2 covers boundary testing, threshold testing, and extreme testing. Please read the notes carefully before attempting the module.
What in the fuck? What in the fuck was this room? Damn, Ryan's about to jump you in the funhouse mirror room. That would be very James Bond of him, but I thought the same thing right there. Or they're gonna hypnotize you and make you drink the Kool-Aid. Oh god. Bad ending right there. One of us. One of us. Oh geez, sorry about that by the way, Goomy. Nightbot is a bit of an angry babysitter there. So what did we got? The Atlas Mirror Room. A combination locked room at Atlas containing a disorienting maze of mirrors. Yeah, I got some questions about this. Yeah, I think we're gonna need to ask some people about this goddamn mirror room as quickly as possible. Oh, alright, Dr. House, I get you. Why do they have a spooky mirror room? And what extreme conditioning? Whatever he said? Extreme something.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
This is supposed to be a business seminar.
Can you tell me what you know about the mirror room upstairs?
Oh, you found that then. Well, it's very similar to the costumes, Inspector. It's designed to help the students look at themselves differently.
And what do you do with the mirrors?
You look at yourself, Inspector. You look at yourself until you start seeing yourself as others do. And you don't see yourself as you do anymore. It really, the idea is that you can see yourself eventually any way you wish.
So why in a locked room?
To make sure you're not distracted, that's all.
How often is it used?
Not often, a few times a month. Some students find it useful, some don't.
Alright. Again, it's probably lying about everything. I bet they feed the kids LSD and then use that room to brainwash them. Those bastards! Nail them to the wall, Goomy, and we'll get them. The cult sex. Self-hypnosis, yeah, we've heard about the connection between mirrors and self-hypnosis before, and mirrors and scrying, of course. But I don't think he really said anything too interesting right there. So let's
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Let's see if we can poke around town. We've got some other people we could potentially ask about the mirror room. Starting with Daddy Paul Rand. If he knows about this spooky mirror room right here.
A few more questions, please. Thank you. Can you tell me about the room with the mirrors at Atlas? The one with the combination lock?
How did you get in there?
I was given the code for the combination.
By Ryan?
Well, nobody else is allowed to know the code, are they?
Not in theory.
So how's the room used on the course, then?
It's a meditation room where the students can reflect on themselves, literally.
And what about the CD?
That helps too, it's part of the program.
So you send the students into the room, they put the CD on, they stare into the mirrors. And how long does this last for?
Until the CD finishes or they fall asleep. What else would you like to know?
Super defensive, of course. So he says nobody's allowed to know the combination code. So the question there is, how did it get onto a business card in Simon's pocket? Can we ask him about that? Might be able to. Oh no, we can't. We don't have a thing to put about that right there. But that is interesting to know. That nobody's supposed to know. So I think that the logical thing is to ask Simon about that next.
Probably be back later.
Simon had the code, presumably has been in there before. Should know something about it. Overlooked the contradiction. What's that, Bob? I overlook a lot of things. I'm not terribly observant, truth be told.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Yeah.
What's it used for?
Well, it's mainly for the auto-hypnosis module. You go in and you stare into the mirror and you go into a trance. Then when you're ready, you come back out.
So you just go in whenever you want to?
Oh, no. There's certain times when you're allowed in, and only they know the combinations anyway, so you can't really get in.
But you don't know the combination?
No.
So he doesn't know the combination in the mirror room, except there's the pin.
Aha. So you didn't know the combination to the locked mirror room?
Nope.
Except you'd written it down, hadn't you? This is the combination to the mirror room, Simon, that you wrote. It isn't a pin, it's a combination.
Yeah.
You see, this sort of thing makes me suspicious, Simon. What were you doing in there that you didn't want anyone, including me, to find out?
It's just part of the course, isn't it? I just wanted to go in there when I was ready.
On your own? You didn't give the number to anyone else?
No.
Simon, there was morphine kept in that room that might have played a part in Kate Vine's death. Did Kate have the number?
Yes, okay. We both went in.
Together?
We were trying to outdo each other. We both tried to morph in.
What do you mean trying to outdo each other?
It's part of the course. To see how far you can push yourself. To see if you could do something you wouldn't normally do.
When was this?
A few months ago.
How often did you try it?
Only that once. I'd never do it again.
How about Kate?
I don't know. Sorry.
All right. Finished the hour out.
So that's how Kate got the morphine. But what exactly does this testing involve?
Yeah,
Could this have been what killed Kate? 11 o'clock. Just an hour left to solve this thing.
Alright, we are in what appears to be the final level, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost done. Let's go ahead and save our game one more time. See if we can beat this thing. Okay, I was close. Drugs and a hooker. Alright, so did we get any new information from that? No, we did not. So, I appreciate both of the things you guys mentioned, so let's go look into both of those. So first of all, let's ask about the auto-hypnosis thing, just going in order.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
I mean, he said meditation, not auto-hypnosis, so I'm not sure we can actually get him on that. Oh, and he never, Paul never said that auto-hypnosis didn't work. I think that was, it might have been Ryan that said that, actually. Yeah, I don't think we got that for him. Alright, so we still need to ask, what was the other one? About why he lied about the mirror room and said it was storage room. Apparently there was still stuff stored in there, so you might not have been lying about that, but I'll press him on that as well. This third eye cult sucks, getting sued all the time. I was going to start my own cult, morphine, hookers. In fact, forget the cult. Ryan.text right there.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
Alright, so... check if by any chance... oh, hello. What's going on here? Hello? Who gets a delivery at 11 at night? That's a little suspicious. Let's look into that first thing.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Oh, and of course we don't actually have anything to ask about it.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Well, we can poke around on the estate a little bit. See if maybe there's anything new in the greenhouse. Gotta be something around here. look in the main greenhouse first. Only way this could get better is if the game was more hard-boiled and noir. That would be cool. Like, oh my god, a noir FMV. How badass would that be, House? See, I'm thinking there is, I forget the name right now. Tex Murphy. Tex Murphy was kind of noir, but that was also kind of a comedy as well, so that one didn't really commit to it. I don't think there's ever been a really good, like, noir FMV. Oh, I'd love that. Here we go.
So James is interested in poppy pods, is he? I think he's got some explaining to do.
Holy shit! Alright, yeah, that's interesting. Frickin' poppy pods. Alright, that's just changes some things. James? James, what are you doing? I would love to beat a suspect with a police flashlight in the game. In the game, right, Bob? They should give Jenks a pipe. Pipes always look to make detectives look more dignified. I love it. Yeah, this is a little twist right here.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
So, James,
What can you tell me about several boxes of dried poppy pods in the greenhouse back there?
Feel free to take some if you want.
What are they for, James?
Decoration? Why?
Decoration.
There's a big market for them among the over 70s.
So what are you doing with them?
Selling them to grannies.
Okay, James, let's just cut to the chase. Are you extracting opium from them?
Me? I can honestly say I've never done anything like that, Inspector.
Sure about that?
Scout's honour.
And who was the guy delivering them?
A friend. Someone gave them to him. He asked me if I wanted them. I said I'd have a look and see if I liked them.
You just thought you'd have a look? No particular reason?
I'm a plant scientist, that's what I do.
Have you ever sold them to anyone else?
I only got them a few minutes ago.
In the past. You know Kate's body had opium in the blood when it was found?
No, I didn't. Hey, that's nothing to do with me.
Let's hope not.
finally we get a little bit of a reaction out of James there. He just had a friend that just came into 2 boxes full of dried poppy pods. Sure, that's a thing that happens. Scouts honor my ass, right, Goomy? I don't think we have any contradictions, so we might need to ask some other people about this. No, I don't think so, unfortunately.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Still, that's something. That's something. Alright, where to next? Well, Simon and Emma do know James to some extent. Maybe they'll have some idea of where the pods came
Few more
from.
questions, please.
I don't know if I recognize the bald guy selling it to him either.
Odd question, but have you ever seen anyone handling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? As in, for opium? No. Though James did have opium tea once, I think.
Where did he get it from?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't ask. James does his own thing.
What does opium tea taste like?
I don't know. I didn't try it.
Really?
I didn't want to risk it, did I? But I went to hospital once. I had codeine and I went into anaphylactic shock. The doctor said it was an opium derivative, apparently, so...
Wait a second, hang on. He says he's allergic to opiates. Except he said he took morphine in the mirror room.
Aha.
You and Kate took morphine in the mirror room. That's what you said, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you're allergic to opiates, Simon. Opium. You didn't take the morphine at all, did you?
Well, no, I didn't. Kate did, though.
I thought you were trying to outdo each other. That was the point, wasn't it?
We weren't trying to outdo each other as such.
Go on.
Ryan wanted me to test Kate. To see how far she would go to be prime candidate.
What candidate?
Prime candidate. It means the best person in the group, basically.
What do you mean, test her?
But you do it in pairs. One person's the tester, it's me. And the other person's the...
victim?
Well, it's not like that. It's completely consensual. It's just boundary testing. Ryan wanted me to test Kate.
Because they thought she was the best student?
Well, maybe. I don't know. I just did what I was told, okay?
Except you decided to give her morphine. To break the law.
Well, I can't change that now, can I? She didn't die of a morphine overdose, did she?
She died because she drowned. But she drowned for reasons that aren't clear.
Atlas seemed to have this all neatly worked out. If Simon's telling the truth, Atlas are lighting the fuse and then retiring to a safe distance, letting students test themselves and push themselves to their limits while avoiding all comeback. Is this what happened to Kate?
Yeah, this is getting messed up right here. The guy's the liar, I know, Gumi. And about the medical records, the weird conceit about this game is that our character, Officer Jenks, has only been given one evening to try and determine if this was a murder or not. So I guess technically we don't have to solve the murder, we just have to figure out for sure if it was a murder. And even after all this time, we don't have conclusive evidence that somebody killed Kate. Certainly her death is still messed up, but we need a little bit more to actually get this here.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Poke Emma real quick, but then we'll head out. Ryan wanted to test Kate, so later, when you left, you could do things in front of a mirror and then get rid of her in a pond. Yeah? Yeah, I think that was what this was. I don't even think it was a test exactly, as he was trying to find some way to dispose of Kate. In which case, Ryan would probably be a prime suspect right now, which is good, because Ryan is a skis. But let's go ahead down the list right here.
Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Mirror room. No, I heard about it, but I think it was only for the students later on in the course. Something like that.
Strange question. Have you ever known of anyone selling dried poppy pods?
Poppy pods? Don't think so. Isn't that opium?
Kind of. It's okay.
Alright, so does she know anything about prime candidates?
Do you know what a prime candidate is at Atlas?
Yes, it's what every student wants to be. It's the best student. Apparently you get a great high-paid job afterwards. I don't think that really happens, though.
Did you know anyone in the running to be prime candidate?
What, like Simon? I don't think they picked Simon, to be honest. Well, he's got too many morals, and you can't have both at Atlas.
Too many morals, she says. I don't know about that too much. But, well, let's go hit up the Rands.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
See what they have to say about prime candidacy. Start with, the evil father, Paul. See what he's got to say about it.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Yeah, I don't think he'd know, but I'll ask him anyway.
What do you know about poppy pods?
Poppy pod?
Ever come across anyone selling them, using them?
No.
Just getting it out of the way.
What are prime candidates?
The best of the bunch. The peaches.
And so what does it mean to be a prime candidate?
Success. We have a special relationship with many major international companies. We provide them with our best students. And they get an instant job.
And what do you get out of it?
Well, it's a little kickback. It's just business, Inspector.
Alright, So prime candidates are the best students. They're given a well-paid job, and Atlas receives a kickback. I don't see any explicit contradictions there.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
But that still leaves our chief slimeball, Ryan. Well, let's get right over to Atlas and ask him. I've been saved too. I don't think there's any game overs in here, but the closer we get to the end, the more nervous I'm getting about it. Oh, Rebecca, we could ask her as well. But forgive me for skipping straight to dessert, but I really want to know what Ryan's got to say about it. And I mean, since he's running the program, surely he'd have something interesting to say
A few
about
more
it.
questions, if you don't mind.
Okay, so why would someone who came to Atlas drunk all the time be in the running for a prime candidate? Ooh, that's a good one, Elena. I'm going to have to hang on to that one.
Know anything about poppy pods? Come across anyone selling them or anything?
Poppy pods. Well, don't tell anyone, Inspector, but I hear that you can make opium out of those. Why do you ask?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, Elena, we don't even have the second part, but I think you may have actually already found the contradiction, which is badass. Let's see what we can find out here.
Now, tell me what a prime candidate is.
You're learning a lot, aren't you, Inspector? Prime candidates are simply the best students, the ones with the most potential.
And what benefits do they get from that?
Well, they get the top job.
Which is?
Well, we have a deal with various multinationals. We train students to be exceptional, truly exceptional. And they get a wonderful top job. It seems a very simple deal.
And how do you decide who the prime candidate is? Do you test students?
No.
Did you ever, say, ask Simon to test Kate, for instance?
Oh, you've actually been speaking to Simon, haven't you? I really wouldn't trust anything that Simon Thompson says. You know, he spent the best part of 2 months trying to undermine Kate. No. Now, Simon Thompson, it really isn't my place to speculate, but if you're looking for motives, Inspector, he certainly had a few motives, more than I.
A motive to kill her, do you mean?
Now, that's very interesting, Inspector. Well, that's up to you to decide.
That's interesting there. I didn't expect that. Sure, if you hear what? Poppy pods? Poppy pods? I know, it's getting all drilled into my head, too. This guy has been drinking, like, the entire evening, too. Although I was joking earlier, he's probably just nursing the same class. So let's try the first one. The best students become prime candidates, except Kate was drunk at a recent meeting. Now, see, the interesting thing is he never actually said that Kate was supposed to be a prime candidate. Let's see, mirror room used by students. I'm not sure there's something I can pin that on right there. No, I don't think we have a contradiction. Yeah, I think we need to go back to Simon. See if maybe we can find something with him and Kate. He's acting like a nervous weirdo. I think he is a nervous weirdo, Gumi. I suspect.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
So yeah, unfortunately we didn't get any new information from that conversation. I was really hoping we would, but we don't have anything to come after Simon with expressly. So maybe we could try and find a contradiction with him, but that's about it. Oh yeah, I guess we could check with Rebecca as well, since we're out and about. See if she has anything to say about the Simon situation. There was that thing that she said to Ryan, where she was telling Ryan to tell me about Simon, and we still don't know what that is.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
I've got a few things to ask her about.
Do you know anything about a locked room at Atlas with mirrors in it?
Not off the top of my head, no. I think that's a question for Ryan.
What do you know about poppy pods?
Go on.
Ever come across anyone trying to sell them or anything like that? Maybe even in here?
Not that I remember.
That go on there. I'm like, what does she know?
Do you know what a prime candidate is?
At Atlas, it's the best student.
And what does that mean?
It means they get a guaranteed job with a very good salary. Well, that's the idea anyway.
But?
Mostly they aren't up to it.
What happens then?
They get sacked.
Ooh, interesting. So Paul was actually telling us about the prime candidates going on to fame and fortune, but Rebecca is saying most of the prime candidates have actually failed once they get called up.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
Very interesting. So I think all we needed from the restaurant was to poke our head into that storage cabinet. Alright, off to Paul. That's where we're headed, right? Is that where we're headed? All of a sudden I'm lost. No, we're heading to Simon. Got a little confused there.
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
Alright, so Simon... See, since Simon told us about the Atlas Prime candidates, we don't actually have anything to ask him about the Prime candidates. So I'm not sure Simon is the guy until we get some sort of new piece of information. Hey there, Dead Hero. How are you doing this evening? Welcome into the stream. Yeah, so here's a contradiction between people. Simon says Ryan asked him to test Kate, and Ryan says that's a lie. So one of the two is lying. They have to find some way to prove one or the other. Honestly, I'm tempted to think that Ryan's the liar. Right? Hang on a sec. I wonder. No, that wouldn't be it. Oh, doing test streams. How are those looking into? How are those working for you? Ask James about the tea. Said James once drank opium tea. What did Simon say about Kate's drunkenness? Oh, he said Kate often seems drunk at Atlas. But I don't think we have anything, because we can't ask him about prime candidates. We can't really tie that to much. Yeah, I don't really think there's much we can do there. Have a voice crackle. Alright, that could be your connection between your mic and your PC, but I'm sure you already looked into that. Still, that's a frustrating problem. See, I don't think we heard anything else about Kate being a drunk anywhere. No, I don't think so. Not drunk. Well, she had alcohol and morphine in her system, both of those. We know that for certain.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Is there anyone else we need to talk to? I think we hit everyone for the most part. Let's hop into the chief real quick, see if he's got anything interesting to say. And then I think Ryan is going to be the guy we need to hit up next. There we go.
Jenks, tell me what you know first, but this time I've got something to tell you.
Really? Well, what I found out is that Simon was asked by Ryan to test Kate to see if she was good enough to become prime candidate.
Prime what?
Prime candidate. It's the best of the bunch, the best Atlas student. The prime candidate gets an instant job on a fantastic salary as soon as they leave the course.
And how do they work out who's the best of the bunch?
That's what I'm trying to work out.
Well, that's very interesting. I'll tell you what I know, shall I? That name they used to trade under, Third Eye. Turns out they were investigated 3 years ago over an allegation of physical abuse. Torture, Jenks. Witness had puncture marks through both her hands.
What?
And Atlas weren't charged?
There was nothing to charge them with. The witness inflicted the wounds herself. Witness said it was something called threshold testing, whatever that means.
Oh, shit.
Go figure, as they say in America.
Can I ask the Rands about this?
Well, there's no point. They won't tell you anything, and it'll just put them on the defensive. Just keep chipping away at them. Try and find out what this testing involves. That's the best thing. Get something on them, and you'll be in a better position.
Right. Thank you, Chief.
Nearly there, Jenks.
Torture. Alright, didn't see that one coming, but threshold testing is one of the things we heard from the CD in the upstairs of the Atlas Institute. Go ask James about tea. I think we asked James about everything. We may as well stop in there, see if he has anything to say, but then it is time, I think, to really start closing in on the Rands.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
We are so close right now. Yeah, no, I don't think we have anything to ask him about tea. Well, that's the problem, Elena, is we didn't actually get any new information. We don't have a new topic of conversation from the torture. I think that's why the chief said there's no point in asking him about it. So no, I'd love to ask them about that, but I don't have any option. Shoot.
Thank you.
No,
Probably be back later.
I've got a hunch. I've got a hunch we need to go hit Ryan Rand. I think there must have been something. He did, but I don't have anything in my, I don't have anything in my topic list at all right here. Atlas Prime Candidates is the last thing I got. So, anything I have will be in the topic of conversation. If I can't ask one specific person, it should still be in here. I just won't get the option to talk about it. Like when, what is it about Lisa's accusation? How when I tried to ask Simon about it, it just said you can't, but it stayed in my topic. Now, there must have been something in the Prime Candidate conversation with Ryan that I missed. There's got to be a contradiction in there. It's got to be right in front of our faces now.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Alright, so... maybe this is, students aren't tested. Surely he must have said something about that before. Where would he have mentioned about testing? I mean, not the Atlas aptitude test, that's a different kind of testing right there. Let's see, let's take a look right here. Testing. I'm not sure he ever did, but I feel like that could be something right there. I mean, they've certainly talked about the extreme things a lot of time, but do I have something I can use about it somewhere? Right, I don't think I have anything... Yeah, he didn't actually mention self-hypnosis in connection to the mirror room. I was looking for a way to use that, Elena. I haven't found a direct contradiction relating to that yet. No, I looked for that in Paul Ryan. I couldn't find any statement with him saying that he didn't believe in auto-hypnosis, just that they were phasing it out. I really feel like in the Prime Candidates there must be a contradiction in here somewhere. I really thought it was the testing thing, but I can't quite find anything about testing anywhere. So I haven't found why he lied about the mirror room being storage. Well, actually, after that, Jenks mentioned that the morphine... Jenks seemed to think the morphine's still in the room. So I guess Jenks is treating it as a mirror room / storage room. But no, I tried to find a contradiction there before. I tested a couple combinations, but that wasn't really getting me anywhere. What else did he say about Simon before that? I don't know that he ever really mentioned Simon. He hasn't come up in conversation too much. He mentioned Simon driving, which had turned out to be a clue much, much later. Hasn't tried Simon's home brew? Fair enough, I believe that, honestly. Let's see. I don't know. Man, we are really getting up to it right now. Not seeing anything just yet. Well, let me check the
that's it for the time being, thank you.
See if maybe there's something else I need to get before I start hunting for contradictions. Honestly, Atlas has been used or named for so many evil organizations. Become a bit of a cliche. You're right, Gumi. I was thinking specifically of what, BioShock, I think? Oh, haven't searched the woods in a while. All right, so let's try searching the woods then. See if we can find something out there. Start with the dead end in the path. Then we will go to the jetty. There, and then lastly the clearing. Don't know what we're gonna find out here. Oh, cinema.
Just keep pushing.
What the hell?
Just keep pushing.
What?
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You can push it all the way in, Tom, if you want to. Excellent, Tom.
Excuse me. Would someone care to tell me exactly what's going on here?
Don't come any closer.
That man needs a doctor.
No, he doesn't.
I don't need a doctor. I'm fine. Go away.
What is this?
A test.
Of what?
What does it look like? It's a threshold test. A pain threshold test. I thought, you were supposed to be good at working things out. Inspector Jenks.
And so this would be for Atlas, would it? Kyle?
You disappear now.
It's not a good idea to talk to a police inspector like that.
Do you want me to make you?
It's okay, Tom. Mr. Jenks won't be bothering us anymore.
Don't make any rash commitments. Well, well. You really should take more care of your things, Ryan. Is your keys, Kyle?
No.
So that's threshold testing, is it? Sticking a skewer through your hand? I could just ask Ryan or Paul directly about this, but I think I'll bide my time. See what I can do with this key fob first.
That was kind of messed up. Oh god, I don't think I'd ever like to try threshold testing. So yeah, where does the key fob go? I have no idea, honestly, but there is one location on the map if I'm going to metagame very briefly, and I think I might. There is one location on the map that never really paid out, so I want to check that first thing. And that is around Village Hall. I don't think we ever found anything over by Village Hall. Let's peek over there. Nope, no there. Simon's car. Where was Simon's car at? I don't think Simon's car was at Simon's place, was it? A dauntless ripoff. Hey there, Old-Animus. Welcome in. How are you doing this evening? Nope, no use there. The only car I can remember seeing was behind the Rand residence. Head back there and see if the fob works there. Yes, here's their car. Seems a little obvious. Boom! Search the car then. What have we got here? Ooh.
Bingo. Well, Ryan, what have you been up to? Be very interesting to see how he explains this one.
A check for £500 to Kate Vine. Ooh. Now we got something juicy. Most definitely. Who was it from? Was it Paul or was it Ryan? I don't know if we saw. We'll ask both of them. Awesome, awesome. And yeah, welcome in, Anonymous. If you're double streaming, that's just fine by me. Hope you're enjoying.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. Now, why do you think Ryan might want to give Kate a cheque for £500?
I've really no idea. Where did you find it?
Just outside.
You better ask him.
You think Ryan was interested romantically in Kate?
I know he has a weakness for blondes, but I didn't think it had gone so far as his offering them cash.
So no, I don't think he knows anything.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I want to circle in on this one again, so I'm going to check Rebecca next. If nothing else, she might find it quite interesting that her husband was writing a check for £500 to a murder victim.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Best not ask Rebecca about the money for Kate.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
So yeah, I guess she'd find it a little too interesting, and we don't want to get into that right now. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. What, Gooby? I'm enjoying myself here. I'm being a detective. Enforcing the law. So yeah, let's go after the man himself. Let's go direct to the source.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Remember, the chief mentioned trying to get the Ryans on the defensive. This could very much be our in.
Would you like to explain what this is, please, Ryan? £500 intended for Kate. It fell out of your car. At least I assume that's your car on the driveway at Brandon House.
I suppose so.
So why were you going to give Kate £500, Ryan?
It was just a little incentive, that's all. Just a little incentive.
Not very little, Ryan. £500.
She was a very good student. We heard that she was leaving. We wanted to give her something.
But you didn't.
Well, obviously not.
Are you sure there wasn't any other reason you might want to give her this? Personal reason?
No!
Well, I'd like to keep hold of this for a little while, if you don't mind.
Well, don't consider it a bribe, will you, Inspector?
Not supposed to show off your cards. We're playing poker. I'm hitting him over the head with the cards, Goomy. That's different. Wife is probably in on it. You're not necessarily wrong. There's something going on with her. I'm just gonna call you Detective Shane from now on. I'll take it. I'll take it, Dazza. Ask him about the wife. Pressure him that way. Let's see. Money meant as a little incentive for Kate. Word Kate had wanted to leave Atlas. Really? Except she said Kate enjoyed the course and appeared happy. Ah, damn. Sign have been trying to undermine Kate? No. Yeah, I was thinking that, Elena. Isn't Kate a brunette? Why are they talking about blondes back there? I don't think we've seen any blondes. Paul said Ryan had a thing for blondes. Have we seen any blondes around town? I suppose I was too quick to write that off as a script error. I don't know. Can't think of any. Oh, Lisa was blonde. I guess we can see if Lisa's around.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
And I'd kind of like to flash the check at Simon and Emma as well, see if they've got anything interesting to say about it. Does he even know her? I can't tell at this point. This could be revealing since they did at least tangentially know Kate. See if they have any idea what the
few more questions, please.
There could possibly be here. Simon probably wouldn't know about the money.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Emma probably wouldn't know about the money. Alright, no.
Thank you.
Nothing there.
Probably be back later.
Grab the priest, grab the cross, get to Lisa. What if Lisa is really Kate, but Kate's dead? It's exorcism time. Oh. Well, can always check in with the chief as well. Oh, no, not that. Wrong button. And for the wife or James. James, I can't imagine would know anything about the, the check, or basically anything ever. Hashtag get a massage. Cheer with all the ideas right now, I'm loving it. Here we go.
Got something interesting, Jenks?
Very much so, sir. An interesting discovery in Ryan's car. A cheque for £500 from Ryan made out to Kate.
Blimey, how does he explain that?
He said it was an incentive. Apparently he'd heard she was thinking of leaving the course.
What made her so special that they were willing to pay her to stay?
Just a good student, I suppose.
Nah, doesn't add up. £500 is a lot more than an incentive, Jenks. You can buy questions in Parliament for that kind of money. Sounds pretty desperate. Keep on at Ryan about it. Oh, and get yourself another drink.
Another drink. Thanks, Chief.
I'm having one. Bye.
Alright, so yeah, the chief thinks we gotta stick with Ryan on this one. I'm inclined to believe him. Oh, don't apologize about lurking, sure. You do what you do. I'm here for your entertainment. You shouldn't feel any obligation. That goes for everybody in chat. Stop by whenever I would be entertaining, and if you got something better to do, enjoy yourself.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It must have been keep her quiet about something, but what? What else do we have in here that we could press about the check? We've got to find some way to circle around and get to that check in there somewhere. Let's see. You got the aptitude test, but I really honestly don't think that's the test you're talking about. Alright, I had to try it out just in case. Oh, get a drink is in the bar.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Probably be back later.
I suppose I assumed that was a joke, but may as well poke our head into the pub. See if we can spot anything else in here. May as well check out around back as well. Right, so nothing in there. I'll try asking Rebecca one more time about the check, because honestly, that would be freaking hilarious. No, better not. Better not.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
Alright, so let's poke around to the back storage. Yeah, it was worth checking out, Bob, definitely. No pub culture in the colonies, what do you expect? The colonies! Don't hear that one too often. At least not on my side of the pond. Tunnel vision isn't a good trait for a detective. True, not a good trait for most people, I don't think, Gumi. Alright, so no, nothing else to see down here. So no, it's gotta be down to Ryan. So I'm gonna check tips one more time. Yep, alright, we are at contradiction time. So there must be a contradiction somewhere. Somewhere in what Ryan said. We gotta be closing in. Oh, where is Murica? Murica is in the heart, Elena.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Alright. So let's see. Money is meant as a little incentive. I don't think that is going to be a contradiction. No ulterior reason to give Kate the money. That's obviously bullshit, but how do we prove it? Because I don't actually know what his other motive could possibly be. You heard Kate wanted to leave Atlas, which I don't think... I don't know, it seems to contradict stuff from before. Namely that Kate enjoyed the course and appeared happy, but I already tried that out, and that didn't count as a contradiction, unfortunately. Kate knew about the release date of Half-Life 3, and Valve offered the check to keep her quiet, but she died of excitement, and so they didn't need. This is also one of the devs. Dun dun dun. No ulterior motive from giving Kate the money. Let's start all the way back at the start, see if we can find something. Still never did anything with that license. Kind of weird. What do we got? There's gotta be something in here. Gotta be something. We're so close! So close now. Half-Life 3 is never gonna happen. Untrue, Gumi! I believe. I believe. Let's see. Gotta be something in here. Something about Liam's suicide? I don't think we know any. I don't know any direct connection between Liam and Kate, unfortunately. Keep looking here. Doesn't keep any medicines on site. We already know that was a contradiction, so we already hit him on it. Kate was actually an alien who was just possessing the body of a human. When the aliens were done studying human life and sociology in a small town, Great Britain, the alien left back to their ship and got rid of the body in a pond. Then why is everyone so slimy in this goddamn town, Elena? Explain that to me. Duke Nukem Forever. Must I remind you what happened? But Duke Nukem Forever... I don't know, that had a very troubled development, too. That wasn't just the distance of time. That, there was a lot going on behind the scenes there as well. Alice, formerly called Third Eye, had to pay Liam's parents a settlement fee. Yeah, I tried that one a long time ago. Try it again. Doesn't allow drugs or alcohol onto the Alice premises. But Kate was drunk. She could have gotten drunk before she came to the meeting. I think that's why that's not a contradiction. But yeah, I thought of that as well, Bob. Let's see. I don't think we got anything in there. Students carry the doll with them for a month. That's weird, but I don't think we can tie that to anything. I really wish we could find out what to do with Hammerstone. I know that's got to be Blackstone. Until we can find a way to pin it on him. Kind of stuck. Because everyone was so slimy that the aliens left instead of making open contact with their species and teaching us how to use a space FTL. Damn it! Just missed, Elena. Almost had that FTL. And just had to be these sons of bitches. Yeah, it's gotta be the check and something else, I think, but What? Hasn't bought a new guitar for over a year? No, that would be stupid. We're getting near the bottom here, unfortunately. Students aren't coerced or bribed in any way, he says. Oh, damn it, I thought I had it right there. Sure, I had it. It's so close. We're still working on it, Dre. I'm still working on it, but we're right at the very end now. Almost got this. Yeah, Liam was in a band called Blackstone, and so I think that the band that he auditioned was actually Blackstone, but I haven't found a good way to tie him to it just yet. I've tried a couple of things in the past, Elena, but none of them seem to work as a contradiction. Alright, so he believes auto-hypnosis doesn't really work, but also in the mirror room, he never mentioned anything about auto-hypnosis, so I don't have anything to use as a contradiction there. Let's see, let's keep moving through. There's the stunt. I don't know if we could tie that to anything else. We've got Emma's criticism. I think people are free to do what they like, but you also tried to pay Kate to stay with the course. That seems a little odd, right? Ah, no dice. No dice. And we got Lisa, but I think we've already exhausted that. Got Lisa's accusation there. We're so close right now. Oh my god. He has arthritis in his hands. He also says he dabbles in playing the guitar? Nah, I thought it wasn't worth a shot. Lisa's refunding Keith's check. I was thinking about that. Kind of getting near that point. I don't think that's it. I'll try pretty much anything at this point. Nah, not quite. Oh, we're so close. Gotta be something here. There. Your room used a few times a month. I don't know, I'm not seeing anything. Almost out of time, I know. I know it's getting dangerous. Never asked Simon to test Kate? Oh wait, maybe it was the incentive thing. And, I might have just actually missed it right here. Where was that? Auto-hypnosis, maybe? There, we got it!
Ah. So, students aren't coerced or bribed in any way, except Kate.
I'm not sure what you mean.
You said you were going to give Kate the £500 as an incentive. That's coercion, isn't it?
I really don't think you could call it coercion, Inspector. It was an incentive, that's all, a little encouragement.
So, how often do you use incentives?
Okay, incentive is probably the wrong word. The money was just to see how Kate would respond. It was part of her assessment.
Assessment?
We have to assess students as they progress. We don't use conventional methods like sitting an exam or anything like that. People pay for this course per session. We have to know if they're committed or not.
So you're assessing their progress and testing their commitment?
Yes, we are. We have to. This is a business, not a charity.
I think I see the next
So
step.
Ryan's claiming the money was part of Kate's assessment. And did this assessment also involve threshold testing, I wonder? Or was the money for something else?
Right, exactly what I was thinking, Elena. Let me see if I can find this right here. So let's see, where was that first one? Under auto-hypnosis? Give Kate the money to test/assess her. Students aren't tested. Yes.
Aha. Well, which one is it, Ryan? Do you test students or not?
Well, some of them, yes.
Including Kate?
Yes.
Why was she being tested?
She was being tested because we wanted to see if she was good enough to become prime candidate, okay?
So Kate was in the running to be prime candidate?
Yes!
And did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, I did. But I didn't ask him to do anything stupid. He knew it was against course rules.
How far did you ask him to push her?
I didn't ask him to push her. I asked him to test her. There's a huge difference! If Simon decided to give her too much caffeine or morphine or whatever, that's his responsibility. So if he did anything wrong, it was his own responsibility. He did it with his own mind and his own hand. We had nothing to do with it.
Holy shit!
Midnight, and still no suspect, unless you count everyone I've interviewed. It's no surprise that Ryan wants to avoid any suggestion of being responsible for Kate's death, but I wonder if the man protests just a little too much.
Oh god, I thought that was the last chapter, but no, we got one left. Let's go ahead and save. Dun dun dun! Yeah, that was an intense scene. I really liked that one. So what's the new clue we got there? Kate's prime status. Alright, so we're going to want to ask everybody in town about the prime status. Don't want to leave anything out this time. Except James. James knows nothing. James is an idiot. We'll leave him do his thing. Old guy, talk to the old guy.
If that's okay.
Do it.
Was Kate a prime candidate?
Well, as Ryan has probably already told you, yes, she was.
Did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, it's company policy. Leaders don't get involved.
And it covers your back, of course.
Well, nobody knows the students better than they do, Inspector. It's much better to let them just work it out among themselves.
It isn't very professional to force students to test each other to the point where one of them gets killed, Paul.
We don't force students to do anything that they don't want to do, Inspector.
So you don't force them into being tested?
No, we don't encourage anybody to hurt or offend anybody else here.
You don't use threshold testing, for instance?
No. If Simon Thompson went too far with Kate, that's his responsibility, not ours. He's the one you should be speaking to, if truth be told. I don't trust him myself.
Oh, this is getting confusing. Everybody's accusing everybody else. Alright, so leaders don't get involved in testing students. I think that's true. They don't use threshold testing, except we know they do, but I don't think he's ever mentioned threshold testing before. Students are not encouraged to hurt each other. I think he's actually said that before. So I don't know that we have anything else we can use there. Yeah, I don't think we have anything there. Story reminds me of a movie? Good movie, I hope. Yeah, we saw threshold testing, but I don't know that Paul has ever mentioned threshold testing before. Did he have anything else to say about Kate? He said Kate was a drunk. How does that lead to her being tested for prime candidate? No, nothing there. Not enough buses to throw themselves under, but they're looking for him on Animus, definitely. Yeah, we need to ask some more people about Kate.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
In particular, since he's trying to throw Simon under the bus, I think I want to talk to Simon as well. Yeah, I think Simon is the next logical person to talk to here. Check with Emma as well.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
How do you think you'd have reacted if you'd found out that Kate had been chosen to be prime candidate?
Was she?
I'm just asking how you think you'd react.
I don't know. I wouldn't react in any way, really. I'm not bothered. I don't think she was, though.
What makes you think that?
Well, it's just an impression I got. You know, she's a bit flaky, to be honest. She's just not really prime candidate material.
Oh. Seems odd. Although it's possible that since we think that this whole testing might have been a reason to, get rid of Kate, I don't think he's necessarily wrong right there. I don't think we have too much else we could, I mean, honestly, that seems to check with the other things that he said. Yeah, such great lighting in his home. Looks just like sun. I know, it's beautiful. Well, the mirror room, I don't think directly connects to threshold testing.
Probably be back later.
We'll head back to Paul if we don't find anything here, but I want to make sure we ask everybody about this too.
Do you know whether Kate was in the running to be prime candidate or not?
I don't, but I do think she would have been chosen just because she was, Kate.
Huh?
You didn't discuss it with Kate?
No. No, she never talked about Atlas.
So Simon thinks that she was a flake, but Emma thinks that she would have been chosen. That seems odd. But didn't she say she was testing her in the mirror room to be prime candidate when she took the morphine? I think Simon... Oh yeah, Simon did say that, didn't he? Oh no, Simon just mentioned they were pushing each other's boundaries. I don't know if Simon mentioned prime candidate.
That's it for the time being,
Thank you. We're right in
you.
the same house. Let's pop over there and see. Let's see, mirror room. You mentioned he'd been asked to test Kate. Oops.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Every once in a while I have a little glitch where I can't click on anything. Sorry, I have to basically just leave the area and then pop back in.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Alright, so he was asked to test Kate, but you don't think she could be prime candidate? No, not explicitly. Yeah, I would, but we need to be able to find
that's
the
all
right
for the
things
moment.
to
Thank
catch
you.
him on it is the problem. Oh, we're close. I almost think there might be a contradiction in here. Kate didn't discuss the Atlas course. I'm trying to look and see if there was anything else I could use here. What were the other things in there? I don't know, it's odd that she says she thinks Kate would be chosen, but Simon thinks she wasn't. That's a contradiction all right there, but why would one think so and the other one didn't? That's very odd. So, is there anything else that Kate would have mentioned to her? And there's the whole thing with the blackmail, but I don't know if that ties directly into Atlas.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
I don't know, one of them I suppose it could just be opinions, but it's very strange to me. No, I don't think he actually said anything very complimentary about Kate at any point that I can think of. So nothing quite there.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Alright, so we've got a couple other people to ask about it, though, so I don't want to neglect that. Rebecca? The always elusive Rebecca. I don't think she'd have any direct knowledge, but may as well poke her about it.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. Did you know Kate Vine was a prime candidate?
No.
Nope, nothing there.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
And I suppose we may as well check back in with Weirdo James, since we are getting right near the end of the game. See if we can find anything else out.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Although I'm saying right now, I'm assuming that he wouldn't know. He doesn't know anything about any of this. Nope, knows nothing about it.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Alright. Chief? If the chief has anything going on, the creepy Rebecca, she's a little spooky, I will admit.
Hello, Jenks. Yes, I'm still up. Thanks for asking.
Chief Ryan admitted that he asked Simon to test Kate to see if she was good enough to be prime candidate, but he's throwing it all back on Simon. Says it was up to Simon about how he went about testing her.
Very convenient. What does Paul say?
He pretty much backs Ryan up. He claims they don't do any threshold testing.
Well, that's a load of horse droppings. He knows you're onto him, Jenks, which means you're getting somewhere at last. It's only taken you till midnight, but well done nonetheless. Listen, call me back. I'm watching an old movie, but Christopher Lee's only just turned up, so I'll be here for another hour or so, yeah?
Okay, Chief. I'll call again.
Yeah, bye.
So he seems to think that he seems to be leaning towards maybe pressing Paul, but all three of them are full of shit, basically. Following the end of the game, Kate will show up in what was the empty dining room. Dun dun dun! All I know is that counting your candidates with primes is a very stupid idea, as primes grow in digit length pretty fast. Pretty fast, except it's a small sleepy town. They could probably get away with it for a little while at least. Though the end game will be everyone goes dookie dookie in your dreams, Trav. Rebecca is a prime suspect because wouldn't she have a grudge? Because didn't her husband try to give her 500 pounds? She did, but we don't know for certain if she knew about that. Frankly, I don't think Rebecca did know about that. Christopher Lee reference FTW. I wonder what Christopher Lee movie he was watching about. I assume my first thought was that he was watching one of the Hammer horror films. Good movies right there. Saruman didn't, Count Dooku helped. Well, wrapped that all up. That was easy enough.
Couple more questions, if that's okay?
Alright. Oh, right! Oh, the CD! Who was mentioned the CD before? Bob! It would go through because the CD playing is threshold testing, and she was a prime candidate. Bob! Bobby called it, I completely grazed over it. I think you might be right there. Bob!
Aha!
Good call.
You say you don't endorse threshold testing? That's the phrase, isn't it?
Yes.
Except you do, Paul, because you told me that the students use that CD in the mirror room. I've listened to that CD, and it very clearly mentions threshold testing. You keep batting this away, Paul. We don't really use hypnosis. The students aren't really tested, but I am this close to launching a full-scale investigation.
Look, we get a kickback from these students, and they have to be exceptional. Of course we have to test them. That doesn't mean we do anything illegal. What do you think we do? Bump off the ones we don't like?
Well, that depends on how far you push them, doesn't it?
Well, we certainly don't kill them. Nobody here wanted Kate dead.
I'm sure they didn't. But what do you expect, Paul, when you put students under that much pressure?
She was a very, very valuable student. She was worth a lot to the business.
Really? And how much would that be?
Well, if you really want to know, 50 grand.
Yeah.
She was worth 50 grand?
Yes.
What, you were selling her?
Of course we were selling her. You don't get this, do you? We make perfect employees. Month after month. That's all we do.
What do you mean, perfect employees?
What big business needs, Inspector, more than anything else, is none of this altruistic, goody-goody crap. What we look for is people with ambition, no ethics, push, greed is good, all right? We don't deal with all this comfort stuff. The survival of the fittest, that's all there is. There's no higher purpose, no big plan. There's nothing at the end of the rainbow, except what you have and you can enjoy in the here and now.
And what do you enjoy now, Paul?
You're gonna have to excuse me, Inspector. I'm a very busy man. I've got work to do.
I'll see myself out.
Lovely man, your father.
Shut the gate on your way out.
He's doing his level best to shut this place down. Get rid of him. He's a policeman. We can't just... You saw this, right? You man up and you sort it. Tonight.
What the fuck? Uh-oh.
That doesn't sound good. Two totally morally bankrupt men are plotting to get rid of me. It's midnight. I don't have any backup and I don't even have a mobile phone. This is potentially quite bad. What's Kyle got to do with it? I think I might make my way over to Atlas while Ryan isn't there. Maybe lock myself in.
Oh, right. So that dude underestimated them. Straight up slavery is more interesting. Yeah, these guys are douchebags. Why would he want the gate to be shut? I think that was his polite British way of saying, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out there. A $500 incentive is 1% of the money they were going to make on her. It makes it a lot clearer why they were willing to pay it for. It was a drop in the bucket. Yeah, I did hear them plot assassination. That doesn't tie them to the murder, but I can't just go there and arrest them because I suspect Jenks probably couldn't take care of himself in a fight. Hence why Kyle was able to jump him before. It's conspiracy to commit murder, so we can nab him on that if nothing else. But let's go along with what Jenks said. Let's head to Atlas and see if we can snoop around and find anything else.
Damn! I suppose it was too much to hope that Ryan had left the place open.
Crap. Crap. That's not good. Well, what are we gonna do now? That was a good idea. Uh-oh. What's up, dude?
Prove to me that you're man enough to do this, Kyle, and then you can deal with that ridiculous police inspector.
What?
What is this? What the hell? Scotland Yard, not hell. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Inspector. What are you doing here?
Inspecting? So, come on. Let's have it.
I don't think you'd understand, Inspector. The best thing that you can do is turn around, go away, and leave us to it.
Knife.
What?
That knife gives me a perfect right to stick my nose in, investigate, and interfere.
This is all part of the Atlas course. It's a physical endurance exercise.
Drop the knife. The knife, Kyle!
Kyle. Drop it! Drop it.
Not looking 100% brilliant for you, Ryan.
Well, please, Inspector, you've poked your nose into Atlas's affairs enough times to know that imaginative flair is part of the course's success. Our lessons are reinforced by a unique emotional experience.
Terror?
It's an extremely evocative tool.
Well, it's a good job you're not in charge of the national curriculum.
Now look, Inspector, I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're thinking. But believe me, Atlas had nothing to do with the deaths of those people.
Eyewitness account of a satanic sacrifice in the woods. That's not what we call circumstantial evidence, Ryan.
Simon. Now, I saw Simon walking home with Kate last Friday after the meeting. Now, Simon had some strange idea that he was in the running to become prime candidate. Well, a knob of butter has more chance of becoming prime minister. Oh, wait.
So are you telling me that
Simon killed her? Well, it seems reasonable. It's likely, isn't it?
any more likely than you, Ryan? Pig! I know. Police brutality.
Holy shit!
It's alright. Are you okay?
Well, goddamn, alright. Kinda like Jenks now. If you remember the very first time he met Kyle accused him of attempting police brutality, so Jenks had to jump in on that. She can't act, so she just walked. She didn't say anything either. Okay, so all that happened. What's the new clue we got right there? Ryan's accusation. Well, I guess we need to go talk to Simon now, don't we? Expected her to stab the inspector in an elaborate trap? That would have been so scary. I'm glad that didn't happen. Last thing I want for Jenks is for him to die out in the woods.
A few more questions, please. What would you say if I said it's been suggested that you were seen walking home with Kate after Atlas last Friday?
What? By who?
The same person who suggested that you wanted Kate out of the picture because you found out she was in the running to be prime candidate.
Who said that?
Just a question.
I didn't think I was in the running. It was Ryan, wasn't it?
I am in no position to say.
It was Ryan.
Simon, calm down.
No, I can prove it. Kate's driving license, give it to me.
Why?
Kate's driving license, please. See that pattern on the tape there? Let me show you something. See this pattern?
Huh.
Now look at that. It's the same pattern. This has come from the same roll of tape as this. So there's only one person that's taped like that. Ryan. He gave me this piece of tape when I was in his office once. Why has Kate's driving license got a piece of Ryan's tape on it?
I have no idea, Simon.
Where did you find it?
Oh, by the lake.
But it's obvious, isn't it? Ryan was testing her. He was doing a boundary test to see how much she would do, how far she would go to be a prime candidate. But it all went wrong. Okay. It's one of the things we do at the course, right? You give something that's important to you to someone else, then they go and hide it somewhere. It's to teach you to not be bothered when you lose something that's important to you, all right? Kate gives her driving license to Ryan. Ryan goes and hides it somewhere down the lake. Kate finds out, she goes down looking for it, probably drunk, and she falls in.
I'm afraid I
find that a bit far-fetched, Simon.
It makes perfect sense if you know anything at all about how Atlas
But
works.
Simon, if you got the tape from Ryan, Kate could have got it from him.
He told me he doesn't lend it out.
He lent it to you.
But I didn't kill her! Do a lab test on the card. His DNA will be all over it.
And what if yours is all over it?
It won't be. I didn't kill her. I'm sorry. Just give me a minute. I need some painkillers.
Uh-oh. Hang on a second. Jenks? Oh, that son of a bitch slipped out.
Where did he go in such a hurry? Is he trying to act as suspiciously as possible?
Yeah, sure seems like it. I don't trust Simon, me neither, Gumi. What a surprise he left. Yeah, we gotta track this dude down now. Where would he have run off to? I'm thinking maybe he went somewhere in the woods to see if there was any other evidence. Either way, we gotta find him now. If he didn't do it, then holy crap is he looking terrible right now. Where could he have been? Right, nowhere in the woods. Probably ran to confront Ryan. That's not a bad idea either, Elena. Let's keep heading to Atlas. Oh, but Atlas is still closed up, isn't it? Right. So that would mean back at the Rand and Ryan residence. Except we can't go in there anymore. Is there? Oh, around back. Here we go. No, I thought that was a cinema right there. Damn. So basically, we can't go inside their residence anymore because we're not allowed in. They basically kicked us out, and they're also trying to murder us. Painkillers are a slang term for hollow point police armor-piercing bullets, right? I'm hoping not, Unanimous. I'm really hoping not. Pump, maybe? I honestly think so, but where is he? Did we get any new information? Oh, we did get the pattern sticky tape. We can ask people about that. Well, shit, if we've got new evidence, let's press that then.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Have you seen patterned tape like this anywhere before?
Oh, Ryan's got some. I know because I borrowed it.
When was that?
A couple of months ago?
Have you still got it?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it since then.
Alright.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
I see, we could ask her about one other thing.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Maybe when he said painkillers meant the herb. It could be. I just assumed the entire thing was a lie.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
But, yeah, I guess we'll go check out James. That's not a bad idea. As we'll check out every possibility. Oh, I suppose he did have the poppies.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Ever seen tape like this anywhere before?
No.
He's so simple.
Do you know how well Simon knew Kate?
Really?
Did you ever see them together?
So why? Do you think he killed her?
I've no idea. Do you think he'd be capable of that?
Do you think we're all capable of it?
No, I don't.
Sure. So you'd never been in your police car responding to an incident, driven past a school at high speed?
Dunno. Maybe.
Well, you've answered your own question then. When you've got a need and things get in your way, it's human nature to either ignore them or get rid of them. Any way you can. That's all murder is, isn't it?
Maybe you're right.
James, you're creepy as hell. Anybody told you that, dude? Yeah, sure, he basically is Resident Sleeper. Incarnated. See, Rebecca gives as little info as possible, like a smart person, unlike the other people. Plus, she has a poker face. Great poker face, by the way, Goomy. Have you talked to Simon's girlfriend after he left? No, I think that's going to have to be our next stop.
Probably be back later.
Guess we may as well confront her about that, see if we can find out anything, because I'm not seeing Simon so far, so, heck, maybe Emma would know. I like the way his mind works, it's very in-depth. James?
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
They're kind of smirky.
Have you seen this anywhere before?
I've seen it somewhere, but can't remember. Sorry, no.
You know, I have, let's ask her. Oh, I can't do it.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
Right there, hang on. Try that again.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Can I ask her to, because it is on Kate's driving license. No, I can't really. No, nothing there. Alright. Let's just ask about the accusation.
Did Simon mention walking home with anyone after the meeting last Friday?
No, he just came home. Why?
He didn't mention walking home with Kate?
No, definitely not.
Huh. That's kind of odd. James, the emo boy we all dreamed to be with. I get you. I kind of like the way... Oh, he's actually the best actor. Really? No, the old guy, Paul Ryan. He's my favorite out of all of them, although I have a soft spot for Jenks.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Because Jenks is such a gigantic doof. She's suspicious? I mean, she's been lying a whole bunch, but I don't know if she has any connection here. Alright, there's a couple places we haven't checked. I'll just pop in them to see if we can see where the hell he might have went. I don't think we're going to be able to spot him, unfortunately. He may have just left. Damn. Playing his role perfectly. I suppose that is true. Alright, what does the chief have to say about all this?
Just as it gets to the good bit, great. Go on, Jenks.
So, where to start? Paul admitted that they do use threshold testing. Apparently they get a wedge of cash from various companies in exchange for each prime candidate they produce.
Interesting.
Also, I met Ryan and some of his friends in the woods in the middle of some sort of occult ceremony. I have no idea what they were doing, but it did not look good. But Ryan insisted that Simon walked Kate home after the meeting last Friday. He's claiming Simon killed her.
And what does Simon say?
He doesn't agree, not surprisingly. He says it was Ryan, because of something to do with a piece of tape stuck to Kate's driving license, which Simon claims belonged to Ryan. Claims it was Ryan who was testing Kate by sticking the driving license to a tree in the woods in the dark and telling Kate to get it, knowing she'd fall in. And no, before you ask, it doesn't make any sense to me either.
Right, so basically Simon says Ryan was testing her and Ryan says Simon was testing her. Well, either one of them is lying or neither of them are. And nobody was testing anybody.
I suppose that's always a possibility.
Wouldn't surprise me, Jenks. Well, I don't know. I can't help you. But you're as close as you're going to get. Just check everything that everyone's said. Go through everyone's statements. The answer's in there somewhere. Call me back when there's some good news, eh? Preferably a confession.
Well, if I can get one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chief.
Good night.
It wasn't until the very end I heard that noise in the background, Goomy. The chief mentioned before that he was watching a movie with Christopher Lee, so I bet it was one of the old Hammer horror movies. Or both of them were testing her. Dun dun dun. Let's see where we're at right now. Oh, we are at contradiction time. Alright. So let's go ahead and save one last time. So here's the problem. We've got a contradiction, but we can't find Simon, and we can't find Ryan. And we can't even speak to Paul. So that must mean whoever's got the contradiction isn't one of those. We gotta press somebody else. Oh, I guess let's start with them. Or maybe she was testing them. Well, so it didn't work out so well since she ended up dead.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Simon didn't walk home with Kate last Friday. Except she said she saw Kate on Friday. That connected? No, I guess we didn't know where it was. Let's see. So we don't know exactly who has the contradiction at this point. Not sure who to be pressuring. If anybody's got any suggestions, I am open to it. Let's see. These are the two most recent statements we have from Emma are Simon didn't walk home with Kate last Friday, and she recognizes the tape, but she's not sure where she's seen it. Let's see. Nope, for me it was an obvious suicide from the start. It's just all a coincidence, nobody's actually suspicious on Animus. Hey there, LTG, welcome in. How are you doing this evening? Glad you guys are enjoying the emote. The tape in the window, Bob. What about the Oh! Ooh. Wait a second. No, that's not a question to ask her, is it? That's a question to ask Rebecca. That may be something to ask Rebecca. Rebecca, oh.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
We gotta get over to Rebecca, don't we? Oh, I think that may be something. That's interesting. Must be near the murder. Yeah, well, this is where, according to the game, we've got 96% completion.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Yes. She says she last saw the tape approximately 2 months ago, except... Wasn't that how she fixed the broken pub window? Yes.
Aha. You last saw that sticky tape 2 months ago, was that correct?
Yes.
So how come you used it last week to tape over the broken window outside? That's the same tape.
Well, I must have been mistaken.
You see, the reason I'm asking is that it's exactly the same tape that was found attached to Kate's driving license, found at the scene. The tape that only Ryan has. Ryan, and of course, you.
So what are you saying?
Who's got the tape now? Do you know where it is?
No. No, I don't know where it is. Why are you asking me about this tape?
You seem nervous, Rebecca. Is there a problem?
Well, you're practically accusing me of having something to do with that woman's murder, aren't you?
I wasn't accusing you of anything, Rebecca. Unless there's something you'd like to tell me.
No, I wouldn't like to tell you anything.
Okay, well, that's fine. Obviously, we'll be swabbing everyone in the area for DNA, so if anything comes up on Kate's license, DNA traces.
What'll come up? Nothing will come up. Right, I've had enough. I've got to get back.
Rebecca! Would you like to explain to me exactly what is going on?
Which bit? The fact that some leggy bitch was trying to steal my husband?
I think you had better tell me what you know, Rebecca.
Okay. You want to know what I know? Kate Vine seduced my husband and was going to blackmail him. Not only did she sleep with him, that whore did it just for his money, our money.
How did you work that out?
I heard her. I knew it was her arguing with Emma Bowman. Emma was trying to talk her out of it.
And how did she come to be at the lake?
She dropped that driving license thing when she came in. She was drunk. She dropped her bag. I took it out to the woods and stuck it over the lake. Then I waited for her. When she came out, I told her where it was, that someone had just run off into the woods with it.
You led her to the lake.
She was reaching out over the lake to get it. I didn't do anything, she just fell in.
But you let her drown.
It was dark, I couldn't see anything, I couldn't help her.
Really? Did you try, Rebecca?
Well, it was too late. She was just flapping about in the water. It was pathetic. She was making these gurgling sounds.
And what did you do?
I got a big stick. I just pushed her down with it until she stopped.
Oh, shit.
Well, she was dead anyway. What did it matter?
You killed her, Rebecca.
But she slept with my husband.
She didn't, Rebecca.
What do you mean?
You got the wrong girl.
Who?
Emma, you idiot.
Emma. It was Emma.
Rebecca Rand, I am arresting you for the murder of Kate Vine. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do say may be taken down and will be used in evidence against you. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, it appears that Kate Vine's death was a tragic case of mistaken identity.
Right.
But there are some loose threads here. What was Ryan doing with Kyle and that girl in the woods? What if I hadn't interrupted? And what really happened to Liam last year? It seems I've only scratched the surface of Atlas and the Rand business empire. Trying to find out about Paul Rand's past is like peering into dense fog. He gives nothing away and covers his tracks with military efficiency. However, what is known is that Paul Rand has a lot of connections in high places, politicians, celebrities, business leaders. Perhaps James Wilson's ideas weren't too wide of the mark after all. I get the feeling there's still a lot more to learn about the Rand business empire.
You're going to have to excuse us. Atlas is closed for the moment, but we'll be open again very soon. Thank you for your interest.
Contradiction, ladies and gentlemen. So, Elena, I'm glad you bring that up because that's something I wanted to discuss at the end of the game. So, this game was originally a Kickstarter game. It was originally funded through Kickstarter, and they started working on it through there, but they ran out of Kickstarter money. So the creator of the game actually invested a good chunk of his own personal money.
Excellent!
Dazza, thank you for the $10. Oh my god. That is awesome of you, Dazza. Oh my god, I appreciate that so much. Now I'm just riding an adrenaline high from finishing the game anyway. But thank you, I appreciate that. That's such a big help too. So, alright, so I was saying there was a Kickstarter, right? And he used up all the Kickstarter money. Then he invested a whole bunch of his own money to get it finished. Elena, thank you for the bits too. But here's the thing, even after investing all of his own money, he couldn't quite afford to finish the game he wanted to. See, according to him, the game was supposed to end with Inspector Jenks in looking into Atlas. Atlas was supposed to be the end game to Contradiction, but he didn't have enough money to finish the game he wanted to, so he had it just end with a murder. So the creator of Contradiction has said he wants to do a sequel to Contradiction that involves Jenks looking into Atlas. I would like that very much to happen. I would very much like that to happen, but he said he won't even look into that until he has made back the money he invested, which, you know, I suppose that's a sound business investment right there. So, hey. Yeah, right here. If you know anybody that's into FMV games or murder mysteries or point-and-click adventures, do me a favor and do them a favor and spread the word if you liked what you saw. See if you can get them a little bit more support and maybe push us a little bit closer to getting a sequel. That's something I would be very, very interested in personally. And I actually bought this game a day before the Steam Summer Sale, just in the hopes of giving them the most support I could. That's how I feel on the situation. So, it's weird. It still says 96%. Did I miss something there? Oh, it's a little bit of a glitch right there. I guess a proper mystery plot was a stretch goal they had reached. It was a proper mystery. I liked it right there. Alright, you're out, Shira. Alright, thank you so much for stopping by. And send cheese, yes. And yes, the next game we will be playing is Evoland, and we will be starting that first thing tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really do hope you enjoyed this game. Dazza, thank you for the tip. Elena, thank you for the cheers. Yeah, I had a blast with this game. I absolutely loved it, and if you know anybody that likes this type of game, I completely unreservedly recommend it. But, yeah, I guess that's about everything I have to say, and it's about that time anyway, so let's go ahead and wrap up the stream for the night. Again, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate that, everyone. And I really hope you enjoyed this game. I really did enjoy that. I'm going to go ahead and throw a host to somebody else if you want to stick around for just another little bit. Yeah, if you haven't hit follow right now, please make sure you do hit follow so you get notified when I go live next, which will be tomorrow at the regular time with Evoland, brand new game. I'm going to throw a couple links at you in chat as well. I never did figure out how to call your partner so you wouldn't be running around alone. That's the other 4%. I don't know if Jenks even has a partner. Who could put up with a weirdo like him? Thanks for the stream. It was really fun. Dazza, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Thank you again for the donation. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Not enough grotesque murders for me. Phantasmagoria and 7th Guest or any of that. I may play those someday on Animus, no lie. I've got both of them. Alright, so you'll see in chat right now a link to my Twitter, which is where I post when I go... Another way to find out when I post when I go live, and I'll post when I do nerdy things in real life. And my YouTube right there, which is where I archive all of my videos if you ever want to see anything I've done again, or see any other stuff I did. Thank you so much for stopping by, Elaine. I really appreciated having you here. Hope you enjoyed the game. Hope you had fun solving the mystery with me. And thank you again for the bits right there. I'm going to drop a link to my Discord in chat. If you enjoyed chatting with me, Discord is the best way to get a hold of me outside of the stream. Feel free to join that, have a chat with me, have a chat with some of the other viewers. It is a good time. So, I think having said all that, I'm going to throw a host over at a good friend of the stream and one of my favorite streamers overall. Zero, who right now is playing Super Metroid for Super Nintendo blind. Yes, you heard right, blind, which is so cool. I've been having a blast watching him. You might have a blast too. So feel free to join me over there and say hi to Zero. But if you got other things to do, other places to be, or that just doesn't interest you, then I'll say to you as I always do. Have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at in the world. And I'll see you folks around. Take care of yourselves, everybody.